What's up, everybody? Welcome to the GameOverGreggy show. I'm one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside the producer/seducer, Nick Scarpino.
Greg, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm wonderful.
Top of the morning to you.
Top of the morning
Drinking,
to you.
To you. Drinking your coffee out of the question mark mug. The original Oreoration glass. That slurping just drove Colin up the wall if he listened to this show, which he does not.
Oh, yeah.
You're the worst.
Damn.
That's coffee.
You're the worst.
Over there, the Pride of Long Island, Colin Moriarty.
It's good to be here. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you here, good friend, good sir.
Thank you.
Over there, the pure one, Tim Gettys.
Yow.
That's what you're going to. That's what you... Whoa, right to the Coke. The pure one don't give up. Fuck.
Zero.
And over here,
Given a day.
the fifth best friend for the day. None other than Lewis, and I believe I'm pronouncing this right. Menchaca.
Yes, it is Menchaca.
Nailed it,
There
nailed
you
it.
go. Yeah, you can call me whatever you want, Greg.
Lewis, I call you a best friend. Of course, Lewis here, ladies and gentlemen, is none other than the crazy motherfucker who on patreon.com/kindafunny backed us enough to come actually be on the show. He's been hanging out with us all week. He did a stream with me on Twitch.
Yep.
We did the Saints Row thing. We went to Underdogs. We had some burritos. You went to a Microsoft event with us. You saw some games you can't talk about yet. Remember,
Right.
You can't talk about them yet.
Well,
Yeah, by the time this goes
yeah,
up,
yeah,
even,
yeah,
you
yeah,
can't-
not
let's
yet.
not even, let's not even chase
it's not,
anybody.
okay,
Yeah.
all right.
How have we been as hosts? How's everything going?
It's amazing. You guys lived up to the hype.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Really?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yes,
Would you
it's
call
nice.
us hype men?
Oh.
I just want to be a hype man. That's all I want in my life.
Yeah, I feel bad almost because it's just been such a clusterfuck around here with like everything we've been doing and just the timing and the scheduling and stuff. I feel like my face has been buried in a laptop half the time you've been around the house, which I do apologize about. But we've had a good time going. You went to Underdogs with Greg. We went to Hard Knocks, one of our favorite restaurants.
It was good.
In, the city. We had a good time at the Xbox event, so we're glad to have you here. Thank you for being here with us.
Well, hey, I should say thank you to you guys. I feel like that's how it
No.
should be. Like,
No.
No.
Everyone's
When you give us-
thankful for everybody.
When any best friend who gives us a view, money, or anything else sends crazy things to the P.O. box, thank you enough. You don't have to ever thank us. Thank you for everything you do for us.
Yes.
So do you regret it?
No.
You came all the way from Fort Worth, Texas,
Yeah.
to hang out here for a week. Half your family thought you were crazy.
Yes,
half your family
half.
thought you're making a cool decision.
Yes. It was worth it. I mean, I talked about it a little bit on my podcast.
Oh, yeah, there's a plug. Give it to him.
yeah.
Give it to him right there.
That's the
There we go.
podcast plug.
It's called Musing with Menchaca.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Now, who's Menchaca?
That's my last
I
name.
thought it was
Menchaca.
That's my last name. And so, yeah, we talked about it. I taped their reactions when I told them the news. So
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that one. Fuck.
I didn't upload it.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah,
That's why I
there you
didn't
go,
miss it.
yeah.
All right,
So,
Therein lies the problem.
yeah. So,
Is it up now?
no, it's going to go up probably by the time.
But will it be up by the time this is live?
Yes.
You're guaranteeing it.
Guaranteeing it.
Then there's the link to Lewis's channel. Go there, enjoy the content, click on it, see how his friends reacted when
Click
he
on
said,
Superman's head.
"Don't
let's-
do that."
Tim, we got to do a fun link thing. So I want you to put your hand out like this, and we're going to go.
But the link's been
And
there
we're going to
forever.
make the
now.
link twinkle, but it's going to sparkle now.
You've got to animate that if you want that to happen.
Oh, it'll be animated. Don't worry.
It's not going to be.
We got guys for that.
We have guys. It's me.
Is
who
you're
it
the
is.
one guy?
I'm the only guy that does that.
No.
We have Guy for that.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't know, this is the GameOverGreggy show. Each and every week,
Ooh, it's been a week.
It's been a long
one.
day.
Yeah.
It's been a really long day.
I can help you out, Greg. Get around this table.
Each bring a random topic of discussion for your amusement. If you like that, like the video, subscribe to the channel, do all that stuff. But remember, you can go to patreon.com/kindafunny, where the GameOverGreggy show posts each and every Friday early for patrons over there as both a video and an MP3. You can buy them a la carte if you want. If you don't have money or don't think we deserve it, no big deal. We don't care. You can go to youtube.com/kindafunny, where the show's broken up topic by topic and posted day by day until the entire thing posts on Friday as a YouTube video and an MP3.
On iTunes, which you should definitely check out. Give us a nice little review. 4 stars would be nice. 5 stars would be even better.
1 star's bad. 2 stars is a little bit
What's
not bad.
3 stars?
3
3
stars?
stars?
Just okay.
I don't want to be 3
I think
stars.
on the Gamescast we only have one written review and it's like a 2-star review, and I'm like, I'm
What do
so
they
used
say?
to, I'm so
Yeah,
used to scrolling through Podcast
It was
Beyond.
mean. They didn't like me.
Oh, really?
That one review.
Yeah.
Yeah, people
I
don't
didn't
like
see
me.
that.
I get that, though.
No,
I totally understand.
I think it's one of those things where I don't know, like the higher profile you get, like the more you put yourself out there, the more hate you're gonna get.
Oh, yeah.
So I think
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
So it's just we've all witnessed it, and now we're gonna just watch you deal with it.
Oh, yeah. And I'm down.
Colin
for
and I
that.
have been tempered by fire.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, people say terrible things about me every day.
You're still just you're a mound of sand,
I'm the pure one.
but they're gonna nail you into glass soon, and you'll be fine. You'll be
It's okay, as long as I can have some Taylor Swift music to help me give advice on where I'm doing.
And as you know, the strongest substance known to man is glass. So I'm glad that's what you're being.
That's
made
what I've
sure.
heard.
Yeah.
They say that. There's nothing more strong than, I think the saying goes, colder than glass in the Arctic or snow Or is it a diamond? I can't remember.
What the shit are you even
Everyone's,
trying to
everyone's,
say?
everyone's
Is that a
talking like
Rihanna
they're having
song?
a stroke today, and I was gonna make fun of Greg for screwing up everything in the intro, but then I just I
Everyone
feel
does.
bad
Yeah.
for him actually, so I just don't. I feel like he's 2 seconds away from snapping.
I was gonna say I'm on a hair trigger today.
Can I explain what happened right before this
Yeah,
podcast?
of course you can.
So here's what happened.
We're best friends.
Greg Miller, for the last 10 years, has had it cushy. Okay. He has basically shown up to work. People dress him. They bathe him. You know that scene at the
work?
beginning of... Just let me do this, Greg. That scene at the beginning of Coming to America where there's like 3 bath maids and they're all like washing off his junk.
That's us.
That's been Greg for the last 17, 15 years. You and I are those maids.
Exactly.
Okay.
And you've been good
So
at
we
it.
used to, when he had to go do Let's Plays, or we didn't have to go do reviews, or we'd have to do like up at noon, he would walk in, and he would always walk in with no pants on, like whatever jeans, because like he's like, I don't even have to get up anymore. Now I can just wear just the top of my suit, and it's totally okay. And he'd walk in, and he would just bitch about how nothing's ready. Nothing's ever ready here. You guys are lazy. Get to work.
And he'd
would
be early.
throw
He's
things-
always early.
Always
What's
early.
up with that?
So today, the roles were
I like
reversed
having
a little bit.
schedule.
Today, and he'd always be really nice to me when I'd be like frustrated with technology when it wasn't working. Like, oh, it's not working. He'd be like, that's okay. You're just a fucking idiot, is what he'd say to me every single time. And I'm like, well, that's not, it's kind of degrading, but I guess at least
But coolness,
at
Greg.
least
I get
God,
it.
the God has come down from the mountain. Messiah has come down to talk to me.
Yeah. You're blessed.
Today, those roles were reversed. You had to hook up a Let's Play for I Am Bread.
Yeah.
Which is a game that, I'm going to be honest, probably you should not have spent an hour and a half trying to figure out how to get captured.
It's what Tim wanted, and I wanted to make it work for Tim.
And thank you, Greg,
And
because
thank
that
you.
game is excellent.
It's excellent.
Yeah, it's fun to play.
It's not crummy.
But you...
Catch this Let's Play on
getting a
youtube.com
little-
/ kind of funny games.
It's getting a little toasty in here with that light.
Oh!
So just for full disclosure,
I think
in our Let's Play, even after all the technical stuff that you figured out, it still didn't work because of some other bullshit.
Well, we
and
forgot
so
to turn the
we
controller
started
on.
recording it. We made the crummy and toasty joke.
Yeah.
And then we had to redo it, and we didn't make
that's
it
the
to the final
controller.
Let's Play.
That's
And
the
then Lewis
controller.
wanted
You
to
then
again.
fixed that, so then we had to redo it, but we didn't get to make the jokes. So now we got to make the jokes.
There you go.
So
It's as
all
simple
is
as
right
sliced
in the
bread.
And I was
Greg.
like, hey Tim, why don't you just pause the game and go to the settings and
Yeast
switch it over to
infection.
the
Yeah, I'm glad
to
you
the
brought it.
had
360 controller there.
You just
Yeah.
said yeast infection. That wasn't really like you didn't.
Hey, I don't know anything.
I have an essential announcement, by the way, guys.
Breaking
Okay.
news from Colin Moriarty.
Time
Time
for
for Colin's breaking news.
I talked to Ramon
Ramon.
on the phone last night for about an hour.
Sexy.
He's planning on coming to San Francisco for 4 or 5 days to stay here in early March.
Stay here, like in the house.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
Correct. He just wants to be here and hang out. Our buddy of ours from college, Alex, is getting married in LA. So what he's going to do is fly to San Francisco, stay here for a few days, and then go down to LA and then back to New York. And then we'll see him. Or I'll see him the next month when I go home because I'm going home before I go to Iceland in April. So I just wanted to let you guys know that that's happening.
Okay.
Good.
And he'll be on the show for
Here's
sure.
what I want to do. Here's what I'm going to propose. Lewis, I'm going to come back to you with something here. So
Okay.
just start. You're in the GameOverGreggy set, which is also the Colin and Greg live set. So I need you to look at all 4 corners of the room.
Okay.
When we do Colin and Greg live, can Ramon be our band for the week?
Yeah, I mean, he can play my guitar and my bass. And
Awesome.
Yeah.
Now, Lewis, how big is the set you're on?
Like,
That is what I'm
yeah,
looking forward to. When
that
we're like,
is-
now kick it to Ramon, and I just rotate the camera
he'll just sit with
4
us.
inches.
I have something else. Lewis, how old are you?
I'm 26.
You're 26 years old, so we're going to pour you some bourbon.
Okay.
I was going to make you an old-fashioned, but you know what? You're just jumping right in. You're going to have bourbon neat.
Damn, we're going.
Wow.
The
You
old
would be,
fashioned's the
you
shallow
would be
end.
the dopest 18-year-old I'd ever met if you were like, I'm 18, bought this Patreon perk, flew myself out here living alone for a week.
I mean, it's pretty dope that he's 26 and did that too.
Sure, but I'm
pretty
just saying
amazing.
underage. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's actually technically of age if you're 18.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If he
you're
was
an
like
adult.
13 and was like, hey, like
Well, he's
Tom
underage
Sawyer,
for drinking.
Yeah, drinking.
or like Huckleberry
Yeah,
Finn.
I don't want to
style.
serve underage drinkers.
No underage drinking.
I
That's
see.
the rule
I
of the
see what
Game
you're
Over
saying.
Greggy show.
I see.
That's the one rule we don't break.
One rule
I'll
we
tell you,
don't
it's
break.
not the. It's not. You know.
All
it's
else is on the table.
All options.
Yes.
So you're
on the
drinking.
table.
This is pretty good bourbon. This is Bullet bourbon, but it's a 10-year Bullet limited edition. I bought it in Kentucky. It's a fairly expensive bottle. So we'll enjoy it together.
Okay.
And you let me know what you think. Have you ever had bourbon before?
No.
Okay, so take a sip.
Okay.
Let's clink.
He's
let's
never
clink
had
Let's
bourbon
clink our
before.
glasses. Okay, now take a little sip and see what you think.
Just
Take a
sipping.
nip.
Not too much.
Okay.
Yeah, you like it?
Yeah.
Colin's making a man out of you.
Feels
Yeah.
good going down, doesn't it?
Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Warm.
what, Colin, you
Wow.
can drop your mic just a little bit and tilt it up if you want.
Drop
Right
it
now,
Drop
a
it.
skosh.
just a skoshi. Because right now you're barely in. I mean, it looks dope. You look like a ninja, but you're barely peeking over.
Do I
the
look
mic.
like Do I look like Snake Eyes?
You do look like Snake Eyes.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
he does. You're right. Now I
exactly
see it
like
actually.
Snake Eyes.
Now I see what you're talking about.
I mean, what ninja are you looking? You know, Greg.
This must have been Greg's.
sorry.
One of these
Must have
days
been
we're
Greg's
gonna feud. It's not even gonna be
Like
a
a
fight. It's
family-
gonna be
Like a wrestling feud?
Like our families are gonna hate each other for
Oh.
years.
You know what I wanna do?
None of my
Is
family calls
Steve
me.
Harvey going to be there?
Yes,
Thank
Steve
you.
Harvey.
I want to do a video. I don't know what video it's going to be, what we're going to do, what year we're going to do the video, but the video has to start with the 70s style Family Feud. You know, families when they were all like, because the Family Feud's not introduced the way it used to be anymore. Now it used to be the families in like a pose. Remember?
Yeah.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
like the lights would go on, and then the music would start. Dude would start making out with everyone. You remember. So I wanted to
They're
make sure
from
we
Jackson Hole, Florida.
Jackson Hole.
Yeah, that's a
Nice.
real place.
No, it isn't.
It is. It is.
All right, I'm done hijacking the podcast. Let's carry on.
Lewis, thank you so much for coming, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for supporting us on Patreon. You're the guest of honor. You get to start the show. What's your topic?
All right. So I feel like just in terms of this podcast, being a talkative, a topic-based type show.
Right.
People all the time in everyday life, they would, and I had this conversation with my coworkers before. They would say, it's like, what would you do? What's your fantasies if you were to win this big, $100-200 million jackpot in lottery?
Sure.
And I feel like although Colin had the conversation with Colin already on this topic, but I figure why not just have a discussion with everybody so we can unpack what our fantasies.
Oh, he's a he knows what's
Bro,
up.
here.
So what our fantasies are about for winning this
Well,
100.
fan-
What are we talking? We're talking $150 million. What do we
Yes,
got?
let's just call it 150 million after all taxes are taken out.
All
So
taxes.
100
taxes
taxes
are
are
taken out.
$300 million net.
150.
Net.
So we're basically
God
okay.
Damn, that's a good share of money.
That's a lot of taco.
I'm gonna
Bell.
let everyone
A
go
lot of
first,
Taco Bell.
but I'm gonna ref off that for a second because the first thing that
I'm gonna let everybody go first
Fucking-
after
but
I
I'm
go
not
first.
gonna actually.
after I read because I just had a great thought, Tim. Okay, my mind.
Sold.
When everyone's, we're gonna go around the table and you guys are all gonna lie through your teeth and you're gonna say you'd buy your family houses, you'd cure poverty, you would cure hepatitis or
Cure
something crazy like this.
That's what you would do is you cure hepatitis. That's
You
something-
cure I mean,
You
you'd
might
go
be
down
able to
history.
cure
You'd be like, I
poverty.
cured hepatitis, and people were like, damn. People with hepatitis were like, fuck, thanks.
Yeah, no.
My first thought though was to buy the Taco Bell on Fillmore.
So
Try to
what?
buy it.
All right.
Keep it open 24 hours a day,
Good.
but just for me.
No, that's stupid.
So I had a key card entry, or my friends. And you don't have to pay for anything at the Taco Bell. There's just someone waiting there for you at all times. It's dope. Like, we black out the windows. We have big, like, Colin, you can come on Sundays and watch sports if you want.
Nice.
I hear hockey is a big sport.
It is. It's a big sport.
Big Sunday sport.
big
That's
Sun-
when you
huge
say,
Sunday
what am I
sport.
gonna watch on Sunday? You think
Sunday
hockey.
night
Hockey.
All right, now for some hockey.
I think after that I would go altruistic. But that one thing I'd have to have. Like, maybe when you
what
walk
would you
in,
do altruistically?
I would cure hepatitis.
That's what you would do.
Yeah.
Who do you go to pay that money to?
I
do
think
that?
that there's a national association of hepatitis people.
It's Pam Anderson and Kid Rock.
Yeah, and they're the spokespeople, which is odd because they were
Nailed it.
blonde, right? It's like, what are the coincidences? What are the chances of that?
Wasn't they give
Happening.
each other hepatitis? Isn't that what happened there?
Did
I guess
they?
one of them gave it. I
think
forget.
Pam-
They both had
How do you do that?
I'm pretty sure Pam Anderson's.
They gave it to each other.
It's like when you give your friends socks and they give you socks. You're each giving each other socks still.
Socks, hepatitis.
I don't really know what the hell
Same
that
thing.
means.
I don't even understand.
What I'm more curious about is who's going to go first, because Nick said someone else was going to go first, and then he
And then
answered
he
the
went
question
first.
for 5 minutes.
All right.
I still think
I'm
Taco
done.
Bell's a terrible idea.
Why?
Because when you watched the movie Richie Rich
Yeah.
with Macaulay Culkin,
Oh,
he had
right.
his own McDonald's.
Right,
That was awesome.
And it sounded great, but then it sounded, how much food are they throwing away on a daily basis?
Who
And if they're
cares?
not throwing away the food, like, I have to wait 20 minutes to get a burger out of them or whatever?
No, I have $150 million. They will make my order every hour on the hour for the rest of my life, whether I come in or not.
But that's bad. It's going to be bad for
it's
you.
very
You're
wasteful.
Who
hard.
cares if he's
You're
wasting
hard.
food? He's rich.
Yeah.
By the way,
Don't you
This isn't the
understand what it
point
is
here,
to be
Greg.
rich?
This isn't what
yeah,
you do with
Greg,
your money.
this is what I want.
This is similar to the vein of
This is what I want,
the South
Greg.
Park episode.
The South Park episode?
With Cartman had that amusement park.
Yeah.
It's very true. Greg, what would you do?
What I always talk about is, I would take you guys, not on a vacation. I would have you bring the cameras, and we would go back. We would go to Missouri, and we would go to Chicago, and we would just drop in on my family, like different. I consider my friends family.
When you
Obviously.
say drop in, are you talking about like via helicopter?
no, we're
like
taking a
night
private
drop?
jet out there.
Like
We're
Halo
getting
drop?
off.
Can we jump out of the jet though?
No, that's a bad idea.
Can I jump out of the jet?
Are you
I'd
familiar with
prefer
Halo
if
drops?
you didn't. Yes, I remember it from
I
Metal
would
Gear.
like to do the high altitude, low orbital drop.
Okay.
Is that possible?
If for you, sure.
Now,
Could-
can I
Oh,
also?
I can?
Sorry.
No,
You prefer
you wanted
me
to just
not,
jump
but
out
he
of a
can do it?
jet. He wants to Halo jump.
No, I want to
I
do
don't
that
want
scene
to
from
just
that.
jump. I obviously want a parachute or something. No, like the beginning of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie, I want the snowboard attached with the parachute. I want Red Hot Chili Peppers playing. And then
Are they
come
falling
on
next to you playing?
Yes.
I want to do what they did.
Oh man,
You're gonna run out of money real
finally.
quick.
I want to do what they. I want to do what Arnold Schwarzenegger did in the Equalizer, where he's falling out of the plane and the plane tries to run him over, and he shoots the pilot with the Desert Eagle, and then lands on a car.
Wasn't
That's
that
what I
Jingle
wanna
All
That was
the Way?
Eraser you're talking about.
Eraser, that's what I
You
meant.
said Equalizer like the Denzel movie.
Sorry, that was Denzel.
I was also part of Saints Row, I remember.
Sadly, if you are a billionaire, do we still have to go shoot your stuff for you? Can we hire a crew and just come
not
in?
a
He's a
Billionaire,
billionaire.
he's a
A millionaire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
And he's running out of money real quick because you're doing low orbital drops, which would cost like $50 million just to do that. So that's a third of his money right there. What I would want to do in your fantasy, Greg, is go to Jamie Kennedy's house with a sledgehammer and just destroy the whole house, and then be like, "No, surprise, Jamie, we're gonna buy a new house. Greg's really gonna buy it for you, but I just wanted to come in and fuck everything."
So it's
up
like
first."
Bam Margera when
Yeah,
you do
exactly.
everything
Yeah,
horrible to
exactly.
his parents.
Exactly.
But it's Colin.
But it's
Well,
me doing
can
it.
you imagine what my mom would think if you came with this door falls down, you're there just slamming the
What would be your opening line? Like, what would you say?
Greg's rich, bitch. And then
What I'd want to do is go there and film drop-ins, not literal drop-ins out of the air, where we walk up and then knock on the door, and then I'm like, oh, whatever, and like I come in and we sit down, we're filming something stupid about my life, we'll say, but then to each one of them, I give them like $1 million or whatever. Because I don't, I got $150 million after taxes.
Yeah.
I can easily give away $10 million of that and never even feel it.
You got to
never
give them
even
like
care.
$2 million so that when they get taxed, 50% of the gift tax.
Okay, so they become millionaires.
they
too?
become millionaires.
All right, I
Yeah,
can
'cause
do that.
If you give them $1 million, they only have 500.
And tell
they
them
can
I would
spend
do
it
that,
like
and then the ones with kids, I would say I'll pay for their college education. They don't have to worry anymore. And then a lot of it would go to Mizzou because I'd want some kind of wing named after me. I'd want the Antlers to have courtside seats.
Like a chicken wing? Like a new type of chicken wing
Well,
named after you?
Well, no, that's I don't need that.
a new kind of chicken. Is that what you're saying?
You motherfuckers. But then the rest I wouldn't get crazy with. I think I'd buy a nice house probably or build a house. I always thought about it like in San Francisco where there's no space, buy a block, level it, build up walls or whatever, and then just have your own little house.
I have a question though, but we'll go back to the chicken. When
Go
you're
back to the
genetically
chicken.
engineering the chicken, what are you looking for in this new kind of chicken that you're making?
Tender flesh. If it could be pre-fried.
it's born pre-fried.
Tender, you want tender flesh?
Tender flesh, free-fried.
Does it have like a flavor built into it?
Huh?
Does it have like a flavor built into it?
Yeah,
Like
if we could figure out a way, this genetically pre-fried moist chicken.
already-
Basically, I want
It already tastes like garlic and bread.
Blue cheese.
what.
It's just like, why?
Basically, the scientists would just have to fry chickens every day and act like they've done it. Like there you go. I'm like, oh, brilliant. Thanks, guys. And every day there's
Your scientists are brilliant.
Lewis. What are you gonna do?
Well, there's a lot of I think this issue could be multifaceted because there's always the idea that you don't have to tell anybody that you're a millionaire. So, what if you go the secret millionaire
like that.
route?
The secret million. Oh, the good old secret millionaire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like
You
you
guys
can just
don't know this, but I'm a secret millionaire.
And you're busting my balls over buying the new goddamn thing to capture component into or composite into HDMI.
Yeah.
That's how he stays a millionaire.
Damn, that's
Well,
smart.
Greg's like, hey, this thing broke. Buy another one. I'm like, that's not how things work. And you're like, that's not what I meant. And I was like, damn it.
I don't mean
that
buy the
makes
exact
sense.
same one of the people
I
who fucked us
know.
over. Hold it up so they know they fucked us over.
It's too far.
All right, fine, forget it. Don't worry about it. Yeah, the secret millionaire is an interesting route. I definitely want to do the Lotto press conference. I would.
But see
So
that
the secret is
the
out.
secret's out, yeah.
But I said I would not do the Lotto press.
Oh, I
conference.
thought you said
would not.
I
I
would.
would. You said the Watto press conference.
I'm lost.
Andy, I've called this press conference.
I will only answer questions about pod racing.
No. I would defer the press conference and then make my announcement when I debuted the new YouTube series of me surprising all my friends with $2 million.
Now, when we're screwing your parents' house or your mom's house up to
Yeah.
buy her a new one,
Yeah.
is
Like
that
said, house
also a
after that.
series or is that like a mini series or a one-off?
That
kind
can
of
be
a-
your one. That can be your series. That's
Okay.
your one-off series. But the one thing I want is that you hire Alice Cooper to sing "Schools Out" while you do it.
Hell yeah. It's your money, man. I'll do whatever you want.
Schools, what are you doing? Smashing everything.
Now, I had a thought about this. Obviously, in conversation with Colin, I talked about how I would move to Eastern Europe and build a castle and recreate Castlevania. That's not my real answer.
right there, links right there.
Click on Superman's head.
Tim.
Okay, right there.
But I think I have a few. I've thought about this more actually. I think about this a lot. I don't know why. Because I think everyone kind of thinks about it from time to
Odds are
time.
in your favor.
Yes, the odds are ever in my favor.
Yes.
And I think what I would maybe do. There's a few options, a few ways to go. One is like, why not just take the money and invest it, most of it, say like 125 or 130 million dollars in it and buy like a significant portion of a professional sports team. So like I could own like
The Islanders.
I could own probably half the Islanders for that money, or I can own probably a fourth or a fifth of the Jets, right? And then just live off of that, and then just hang out forever. And just not live like this crazy jet-setting lifestyle.
I was gonna
but be
say,
like,
are you gonna get a return on your investment that great?
I assume so. If I own half the Islanders, I'll probably make millions and millions of dollars a year. You know.
Okay.
If I own, especially when they move to Brooklyn, we get all that money. And the Jets are super profitable. I think the Jets are like the 10th or the 11th most profitable sports team in the world in terms of like or the most valuable sports team in the world. Because according to Forbes, of course.
We trust them.
The hell do they know?
Well, they always rank the how expensive sports teams are.
Sure,
The Cowboys
sure.
I think are number one.
So a sports team goes for
football
like 340 million.
I think at the lowest end, like an NHL team would go for like 250 or 300 million. There are football teams that would be worth billions of dollars if they were sold, like the Cowboys or the Bears or the Packers. The Packers are actually owned by shareholders. They're the only team in the NFL that are owned by shareholders. But then I was like, I actually think I would be altruistic in the sense that we were making fun of it before, but I would give a lot of money to my family.
Yeah.
I'd like to think that I have 3 siblings, 2 parents. I think I would give my parents like $10 million each, and my siblings like $5 million each. Like my nephews and nieces, $1 million each. Like you could be totally generous with your friends and everything, and still have $100 million.
Yeah.
And then I really think that, like we've talked about before, if I had even a little bit of money, I would dick off. Like you would never see me again. Like honest to God, I would be like, give me like $5 or $10 million, I'll disappear.
You're not gonna be on YouTube anymore?
Yeah. Huh?
No more YouTube.
No, I'm just gonna retire. Like there's an interesting website called Mr. Money Mustache, I think his name is, and I think I've talked about this before on
How
here.
have I never known about this?
Huh?
How have I never heard of this?
You're going to Mr. Mustache.
He's like
Rides too much.
he's in his early 30s.
Probably.
He's married, and him and his wife worked in Silicon Valley, just normal jobs, probably like low six figure jobs for 5 years, and then they retired. And their whole thing was just save all of your money, like save as much, like don't save half your money, like save 90% of your money,
Right.
and like do it for like 5 or 10 or 15 years, and you're done. Like you can just live a normal life. You're not going to live like a rich life where you can go anywhere you want, but you don't have to work.
Right.
And like, so if you have 5, and he like has a blog where he goes over like how he does it, and it's like totally fine.
He's
He's like,
did tell us about this.
yeah, and so yeah, I think I've gone over this before. So I like with $5 or $10 million, yeah, you'd be fine. Like
Right.
Fine.
take $9 million of it and invest it in bonds or something with like a 2.5% return and live off the $1 million. You'd be fine. Totally good for the rest of your life. I want to not like I ultimately want to retire, but I don't need to retire like a billionaire retires. Like
Right.
just, retirement to me would literally be just doing nothing. Like sitting around going to the diner every day for breakfast, like reading the newspaper, like I did during retirement vacation earlier this year.
Playing games without having to capture it.
Yeah, playing. Like that's ultimately my dream to be rich is like not like people are like I want to see the world, I want to go to Paris, I want to go to London.
I want to eat at Arts every day.
Yeah, I'm like I'll go to Arts Cafe at 9th and Irving every day, and have my $15 eggs and rice and be totally happy.
Yeah.
As happy as that billionaire in his jet. So to me, like I don't even need the $150 million. I'll probably give most of it away, straight up.
Not
Good to
most.
know.
All right.
I think I would end up like giving like half of it away.
Okay.
I'm just gonna give you my cell phone number in case you ever win
Yeah,
the
no
lottery.
fool,
You're like, Colin, think of
Remember
me.
those times I saved your life? Remember the times we rubbed up against each other and didn't tell these two guys?
Yeah, I know. We rub up. I have this thing where when Nick puts my microphone on me, sometimes I just kind of rub my beard on his arm.
It just feels so foreign, but right.
You guys got
Yeah,
a weird life going
know
on.
what I mean?
It's happening right in front of us.
Yeah.
Talk
And
about
that-
secret millionaires, secret beer rubs.
and in that sense, I'm already rich.
Oh.
Because we're rich with friendship and love. everyone.
Damn.
Friendship and love.
I like that.
Pure one, what are you doing with the money?
So I want to Wikipedia for a little bit and figure out what the most money ever spent on a music video was. And I
Okay.
want to spend $1 more making my music video.
It's probably like 30 or 40 million.
Okay, well, $40 million and $1. We're gonna make a video. Nick directing it.
Cool.
It's gonna be awesome.
Cool.
And I want to beat Gangnam Style, and I will.
You could.
In views?
You could.
No. Oh wait, you mean like on this video?
On the most
in
expensive
view-
video ever made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Well, you could buy all sorts of advertising.
Wait,
I will.
There's
beat
no
it.
way.
Gangnam
You can't
Style
force
was
it. There's
the-
no way you could do it.
Oh.
Oh, you
I
could.
would.
Here's what you do. We spend a normal amount of money making the video, say $100,000, right? If the full budget is like, say the full budget for the most expensive videos ever made was
Yeah.
like, we'll say a modest 10 to 20 million, because they can get expensive when you start getting like super big hip hop stars.
You got
that you have
Puff
to
Daddy
pay
going in there.
$1 million or
Ring
$2
lights.
just to be in it.
Bass.
So let's get everyone we can afford.
Cisco.
Definitely Cisco.
We're definitely getting Cisco because he's a fan. We love him.
We love you, Cisco.
We
He's
love
our
you,
homie.
Cisco. Thank you for reaching out.
Oh, Cisco. It's like I just knew it was going to happen one day. And then we'll spend $100,000 on it. We'll spend the other $9,900,000 and what $1 whatever it is on marketing. will just buy
That
True
sounds like
View
a
ads
cheat. I
for
don't
it.
like that.
Yeah, no. I want it to be more legit. I want to create the best music video ever. I'll handle the marketing. We'll do that. I just want that video to be so good. I want it to have everything you ever wanted in one video.
Can it have Halo drops?
Yeah.
High altitude, low
We have
orbital?
one of them. Just one of them, though, because that's going to use up a lot of our budget.
No, we
Can
need
it
to-
open? Can it open in a diner? And like, there's like, they're cleaning the table. You see the hand, you pan back, and it's Kirsten Dunst.
Yes.
Thank you.
It can. So that'll be pretty.
That'll be one scene that will cut out.
Exactly. But a requirement that I have is that we have to make the music video fast when I get this money, because I want the rest of the money to make a cameo appearance in the video.
Oh.
I want to, in some way, shape, or
Joker
form,
style, like
Joker style. We're
Dark Knight,
chilling on the
like
big
just-
mountain of money.
Just fall and
I want to
slide down.
Scrooge McDuck it for a bit. Definitely
Painful, be careful.
A lot of making it rain, but in cash. Though.
Here's the
I
deal,
wanna
though.
swim
I'm
in the
gonna
cash.
I'm
Still
gonna
gonna
tell you
hurt.
one thing right now. You could probably buy that as a prop for probably about $1,000 to $2,000.
But
you don't actually have to have the money.
No, but see, that's the thing, though. Like, imagine this, Nick.
Like in
Imagine
Dark
the word
Knight,
of
that wasn't
mouth.
actually really money.
Yeah, but imagine
Hold
people
on.
being like, "That was real money."
And that's the thing. You do
just
it.
tell people that.
You do it, and then everyone who worked on it and everyone who's extra, what they get paid is that they get a paper sack and they get to go to the pile of money and just fill it as high as you can.
I would take that.
No, because that's the rest of the money. That doesn't count as that's the cameo money. There's money being put in this video. Not a penny more than $1 more than the most expensive music video.
Not a penny more
Wait,
than
so
a dollar more.
Wait, what?
I
You're-
like that. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
You're
That's true. That
buying-
makes perfect sense.
So what's the money you're
Okay.
sitting on?
So he's
Cameo
saying
money.
he's saying if we have
Cameo.
150
It's the
million
rest of the
dollars,
money I have.
Right.
Got
Yeah.
150 million,
And so
take
then you
50
give it
million
away
from
to
the
those people.
Why would he do that?
No, because
Because then you're spending the money on the crew.
no, but
No.
the
No,
money.
you're
The
missing
crew
the
is
point.
the money before.
we're gonna light the money
No,
on
okay.
fire like they did in Dark Knight.
So
No,
look,
we're
there's
not
150
doing
million, and he's saying 50 million for the music video, 100 million as the prop,
Yes.
Okay.
and then the
So the
prop.
That
50
doesn't
million
count
pays
as
them.
spending the 100 million.
No, after that we'd
What?
go and
No,
put that in the
that's
money
what I'm
in the
saying.
bank.
We have to do that early. Then, obviously, after that, I'm going to be the first person to. Oh man, I take back everything I'm about to say. Let's move on. Someone else's topic.
Oh my god. Well,
He's gonna have sex. He's gonna have sex with $100 million.
No, I just went through in my head. I was just like, oh man, brings me to a bad place.
Tell
Okay.
me. I want to know
I'm not
now.
going
Now
there.
I gotta
Why
know.
not?
I'm not going there.
What?
Hint-
He
hint
just
at
said
it.
sex with the money.
I'm not going there.
He's
I'm
gonna pay
making
me and
that
Colin to
stand.
have sex
I
with
feel
each other.
red right now.
What?
He's gonna pay me and Colin to have
Embarrassed.
sex with each other.
You don't have to pay us.
No, it has nothing to do with sex.
We'll do each other in front of you. For
If
free.
you-
Are we
Nick,
using Bill
Tim,
Clinton?
you don't have to twist my arm. I'll have sex with Nick.
We'll have sex
How
with
much
each
would
other.
I
it's
have to
fine.
pay for that? Like, would you be cool with like a
$15
cool,
bucks.
like $15?
Maybe a run to
cool.
Starbucks. Colin doesn't even drink Starbucks, so probably
Alright,
just
we'll do
me.
that.
It's just my venti iced tea.
That sounds good.
Are you gonna make me look at the Ewok picture that I showed you before we
Can
do
you
it?
please explain this Ewok picture that I didn't see?
We're inserting it right now.
Yeah, here it is right
Here you
here.
go. Inserting
It's
the
for
Ewok.
those of you who are listening to this and can't see imagery. It is a picture of an Ewok. It's a meme, and the Ewok's going like this, like all Ewoks
Oh
do.
yeah, I've seen this.
And it
For
says,
those of you who can't see it, it's this, and the Ewok is doing this. That's what you.
the Ewok is smiling in a very
creepy way.
creepy ass way, and the text on the image over the image reads, "Prepare yourself."
No,
What does it
Jesus
say?
God!
What does it
Bite
say?
the pillow. I'm going in raw or dry.
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 Bite the pillow. I'm going in dry.
That image really encapsulates all of the good stuff on the internet. That one really
very
makes me
true.
laugh. That Ewok picture just
man.
generally, no matter what text people put over it, makes me laugh.
Yeah, the Ewok picture's great.
So, probably what I would do, just because I haven't really chimed in on this.
You
what
only
I would
said
do,
secret
I was
millionaire
feeling
was your
secret
answer.
millionaire, but I mean, there's like I said, there's multi facets. I wouldn't know if I would, go secret millionaire. But I was also thinking, like, what if I can see like one of those financial attorney advisors type things and just try to be more sound, like, because you always hear those horror stories where like years later after the fact they're broken, like homeless.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm telling you guys right now. You guys are going to give that money away, but that's a slippery slope, right? Like I watch, you hear those guys that it's some staggering statistic that's like 70% of people that win the lottery go broke like 2 years later because they do that. They start buying houses for everyone. They get under, and then they just give all the money away. Or they,
Yeah, but it's 150 million. You know what I mean?
You could spend that.
But I'm saying
Well-
I give it away. I make the list on the plane while we're going to go do the Halo drops on people. Yes. I make the list. I know who, and that's
Right.
it. That's done. I give it away, and I'm like, that's it. And anybody wants to be like, can I have some more? I'm like, no, it's done. And they don't have my friends anymore. No big deal.
Yeah.
People in your life will just show up out of nowhere.
Good. I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't like people.
Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They're all on me.
Oh, Mike Jones.
Isn't there a music video? Isn't there a music video where like somebody at the beginning of the video they win $1 million, and throughout the entire duration of the music video, there's like a counter on the top right corner with the $1 million, and it's counting down as he's spending the money throughout the entire video.
That doesn't sound familiar.
And at the end
It's
of
just
the video,
MC Hammer's life.
and at the end of the
wow.
video, it's down to 0. I've seen this. I think it's like 10 years ago. Like it was a rap video. I forgot the name.
Was
of
it Mike? It might have been the Mike
I don't-
Jones video. I don't. Remember
I don't
it.
think it was Mike Jones, but shoot, I'll probably text you a link if I
Was
find it.
it Mims? This is why I'm hot.
Hot. Yeah, this is one hot. Yeah, it was around
love
that.
you so
I
much,
want to
Colin.
say. I want to say it was around that. No, I might have been.
I want to pay for a private Mims concert.
Hell yeah,
That's
dude.
a for sure.
I love that beat.
But can you
Would
just,
you just-
if he was giving you a private concert, could you just be checking your phone the entire time?
Oh,
Just demoralizing
no,
him
I want
further.
to film the entire thing like with my phone.
This
held the
No,
wrong
your
way.
iPad. With your
With
iPad.
my iPad. Oh man.
It's still the wrong way.
Oh, it's so good.
Just hold it the wrong way. Yeah, just to piss people
I
off.
can't wait till I win the lotto.
I like to I try to trick the lotto sometimes in these games where I don't play the lotto and I don't play the scratchers, but sometimes I'll see a scratch, I'm like, yeah, I'll buy it just so I can. I'm like, because I'm gonna win this time. This time I'll win. I'll be that guy who just did it once in a million and got it. It made, I just want $5,000 or whatever. I'm not getting greedy here, but it doesn't happen. But one day I'm gonna trick the fates.
What's
Kismet.
crazy is like you're the first person to ever say that. It's your methodology, your approach to this is so
Wow.
unique.
Totally
it's
unique.
amazing. It's crazy.
Everyone who plays scratchers is addicted to scratchers, but the fact that I'm not addicted, I just play every other day.
That means
like,
you're gonna
I'm-
win.
Yeah,
It's like when no one wins the Mega Millions for 2 months, then just the same people play it. No one else plays it.
Yeah.
And also, I saw some scratch offs. They're a bit of a like I say, they're a ripoff, because what happens is even after somebody wins the grand prize, they'll still continue to sell that same exact series of scratch offs. So yeah, you could be like, it could
Some
be
bullshit.
yeah.
That's messed
I would
up.
do that.
Yeah, you would.
Because they print them
why I
out.
know you're
They
not-
print them
Yeah,
out
yeah.
already. So what happens is like once that big cash in's already been cashed in, you still got a whole like how many rolls already printed out. You
Gotcha.
still got to sell them.
But you could still win money.
I'm gonna ask some ignorant questions here.
Please.
The lotto.
Yes.
Who has that money? Like,
Leprechauns.
who's the lot? Like who is the lotto?
The state.
Okay, so the
State governments do their own
Why did they
lotteries.
decide to do this? That sounds
Make
kind of
money.
like a
Yeah,
waste.
to get out of debt.
Really?
To have more
Okay.
money.
A
to
ton of
use
money doing it.
Yeah.
They
I mean that makes sense because like they're charging all these fools to pay for the stuff.
Fools.
And the tax thing.
Well, so you're holding it. You're basically when people don't win that big pot, it just stays there accruing interest, or they probably what I would imagine was they use it.
And then so
Like,
many
much
years
like
ago.
a bank would use your money. So every time there's $300 or $400 million in a pot, that's sitting someplace in a
Yeah,
bank
that
accruing
just seems
interest.
so weird to me that it's just like, oh man, we need money. You know what? Let's create a weird little game where they can maybe win.
Well, it's hilarious because in California, it's illegal to gamble, but we still have a lottery.
So many-
Lottery is gambling.
So many years
It's
ago
crazy.
in Texas, we had the Texas Lotto. There was like $100+ million jackpot, and the ticket went unclaimed. And so what happens is like the grand prize was basically split to all these like different things. Like some went to education, some went to this or that.
Interesting.
So that's basically free money for the state government.
There you go.
Bam.
Nick,
Yes.
what's your topic?
My topic today comes from Twitter. If you have a topic for me, please tweet at Nick_Scarpino with GOG topic in your tweet, just like
Like a hashtag?
Every week it changes, and I love it.
it's fine. Just tell me it's a topic for Christ's sake,
fine.
or just ask me questions about Taco Bell. Like Danica
Patrick? She's hot off the set of her newest.
A Patrick 1,
Oh.
California Patrick 1, says at Nick Scarpino, guys, what would you do if you woke up one day in Portillo's body? Also, how would you make other people believe that it was you in that body?
So we wake up as this wiener.
You're
dog.
just this guy right
We
here.
just wake up as
Oh
this
my
guy.
god, I'd freak out. I'd freak out.
You got a floor view of everything.
Yeah. What,
got-
is,
you
is
got-
Portillo in our bodies? Because that's the more
Yes.
terrifying.
Oh my god.
My God.
Well, what's crazy about that, Greg, is I don't know that we'd actually notice in your case, but for the rest, you just
But
be
can
eating
you
things
imagine that?
constantly.
If just Portillo-
He would constantly want to be on your lap. He would never be able to shake that. Greg weighs like a
He would
deuce
be
and a
going,
half.
just running around the house, but he'd be running on all fours, smashing into shit.
Yeah, whenever a car goes by. Sorry. go on.
What would you do? I would freak out at
Oh my
first.
God.
Yeah,
Never mind.
of course you would.
I would freak out. I would probably go stir crazy because I wouldn't be able to get out of the room. You always lock him in the room. He's always in there. His little paw can't get. I would know how the door opens, but I would have to try to figure out some sort of like contraption that could get me up to it so I could grab the little thing with my paws,
It's like I am bread.
open it up. Exactly. Then I would probably, in order to tell everyone who I was, I would take kibble out of my bowl
This is a good plan. I like
and I would
this.
spell I am Nick. And I would just wait for Tim. You wouldn't believe it. You would be like, I don't know what the hell this thing is. You would
No, he would just do the normal thing where you're like, come on, man, and he'd kick it back towards the wall.
kick it out the door, and you get pissed off but you secretly love this dog. I've seen it. I've seen it sometimes when no one's looking. You're like, you cut him
He
with him.
admits he loves the dog.
But if it were in front of other people, you would be like, no, and you would kick it aside. You're oblivious to it at this point. You're
You think
numb
right
and you're
now,
dead.
if you're my dog, I'm not going to be able to see something's wrong with Portillo. This dog had a fucking lump on his face. I got it immediately.
I think that maybe you would, if there was some fluke accident where a Smash controller fell onto the floor and I started playing its pit, you'd be like, it's Nick. I know that's only
true.
Nick would stand on the corner on the right side of the frame
arrows.
and just
Just
bomb
Portillo
arrows.
just keeps hitting B.
I wonder why, and Nick's been acting so strange. And Nick's just curled up on the floor, squeaking toys. Yeah, I think I would put it together. I think, you see, what you're describing is we wake up and everybody's gone. We're locked in the room. I'm Portillo in the room or whatever. I would freak out, sure. I would chill for a second. I try to talk. I can't. I'm just barking, I assume. That's how that goes. You know what I mean? And then, yeah, like you're saying, there's nowhere to go. There's nothing to do. He's not going to be able to, as a miniature wiener dog, you can't work the doorknobs in my room. You can't get into the bed without the stairs. So I would just chill, sleep for a second, see why he's always so into sleeping like that. But then when people came home, the stairs went back, da-da-da. Laptops, iPads, iPhones are always around. Run up to one of those. Do the old tap-tap-a-roo on them. Start tapping out a message.
Tap-tap-a-roo.
Start tapping out the message with the paws. You jump up.
Those are some fat little,
To hit a
slobber
key,
knockers.
You're hitting 2 keys on these. These aren't precision
Okay,
tools.
first off, I mean, he has control over his... I know, buddy. I know.
No, he has control. Yep.
I mean,
Everything he's doing.
he has control over his paws. He could tap out a message. But like, the kibble's a good move. Kibble's a good move.
I think kibble.
If you start spelling something, people know something's up.
People know you're
Is
a
that a
human
message
being.
boy?
Portillo, you're actually secretly brilliant. You know
You
English?
just should, maybe, and would you? Here's a question though. So you start making a lot of money, right? Because people are like, this dog is genius.
Now, see, that's the scary thing. What if they Zuckerman's famous pygmy and they don't actually care about what the messages say? They're just like, oh yeah,
They just want to make you do things so they can make money off.
Yeah.
You. This
Well, I mean,
It's like a
messed up
Twilight
world.
Zone episode.
Yeah. But I mean, that's the thing. So we know it at this point. We know it's Nick.
You would know.
Or
so it's
this
like-
my thing was the keypad.
So it's,
Yeah.
it's us making. Oh yeah, it's us
Oh,
making
sure, yeah.
money off of Greg Portillo.
Well, we once you find out, I mean, then you got to go find whatever sorceress I pissed off.
Oh yeah.
Because it's not like this just happened. I clearly did something.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, man, what would we do?
It's like instead of them
we're like,
cursing
oh,
you
this is
thinner,
Greg
like,
Portillo.
remember the movie Thinner?
No.
Instead of them cursing you thinner, they'd be like, I curse you, Portillo.
I'll be honest with you. No one remembers the movie Thinner. A and B.
First
I
off,
probably.
it's a great movie.
I
They put
probably-
the curse in a pie, and he thinks his cheating fucking wife's gonna eat it, and she does, but she eats it with the daughter who is cute. And I was a kid, so I can say that.
Okay.
So he kills his daughter and his cheating whore wife with the Thinner curse.
Damn cheating horse.
Damn. I would probably think heavily about just keeping you as a captive and making money off of you. Because imagine how much
mean, if
bigger
there
we'd
would be-
blow
You have
up.
to do your bidding though.
But no, see, there'd be a long
Fuck's he gonna do? He's a wiener
explanation.
dog.
I could see it. You know, you're just like,
So
all right, Nick, we know it's you, but there's nothing. The sorceress has gone
just
into the
can't
pie.
find her.
She's gone. What do you want to do? And I'd be like, or this is me, I guess now as the dog. So I'd be flipping the script. I'd be like, as long as you let me eat whatever you want, whatever I want, let's just go make YouTube videos. We can
Yeah,
do this. As
we
long
can
as
do
you
this.
know you treat me like a person, I'll be all right.
so what
So
happens?
that's all you
what,
need to be
so,
treated like a person.
I mean, like, I'm gonna make the best of a bad situation. Eventually, maybe I'll spell out and Kibble will kill me, or you'll have, at this point given me an iPad.
Man, God.
You'll give me an iPad so I can actually do something. I'll be able to tap out.
So here's what I want to know.
Yeah,
So even after we find out, that body swap happened,
yeah. Oh,
what do
freaky
you
porty.
do to the original body? So do we like put you
That's
in
what
a mental institution or something?
Ooh, that's a really good one. Yeah,
You
yeah.
just kill it.
Well,
Oh,
hold on,
whoa!
we're-
You're killing
no,
Portillo
we're still
though.
the YouTube business, right?
Yeah. So like, if
Permanent
Greg
stream.
is,
Permanent stream.
Permanent stream. Just Portillo Nick, human form. Put him in a room.
Keep
Go.
a camera on that person.
Yeah.
oh my God,
Sounds
they're like,
predatory.
What's crazy is
We're
I feel
predators.
like if we keep going down this rabbit hole, eventually Portillo would start to learn more, right?
oh
No.
And then he would
No.
eventually.
Would he
I mean,
learn?
he's got
Know
my
him?
brain, right?
Does he?
I don't know.
So do we have the dog's brain then? So we're
I love
forgetting
these
everything.
No, I
situations.
think you got to have.
We're
you have
shorting
human
out. There's
brain.
smoke pouring out of our head as we try to figure things out.
But like at some point in this story, if we were writing this as a movie, he would have to find love. Like a rich heiress that was like, he's so perfect, like he never talks, and he just wants to be by my side all the time, and he gives me the love my first husband never gave me. So I'm just gonna marry him and make him like and he like can carry stuff because Portillo can
He's
do like
loyal.
rudimentary things, right? And like
No,
everything
he can't
does,
carry things. He's not a biped.
can
Plus,
figure it
he's
out. He's
shitting and pissing all over the place.
Yeah, but he'll figure it out.
No, he won't.
well, you train a
think so?
train a dog.
I've only seen Portillo figure one thing out. I've known Portillo for a long time, right? There's only one thing I've ever actively seen him learn. He's not learned anything since I've known him over these years, except that he now thinks that boxes on this table are bark boxes.
Oh, that's great.
Which proved to me beyond a shadow of a doubt that he has the capability of learning. He just won't learn. He'll
Right.
bark at that. He'll bark at that buzzer for the rest of his life.
Well, the buzzer's terrifying. It comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, but eventually he must know that I yell at him every time and it just doesn't compute. But that fucking bark box, that computed.
That's,
he freaks out when there's a box on this table. It has nothing to do with him. So he has the
That's classic conditioning, though.
He can
It's
learn.
classic conditioning. That's all it is.
It is conditioned, but again, it's not because that is, but it's not that he
no
can be conditioned.
consistency.
Yeah, there's no conditioning consistency at all because he
okay.
literally doesn't learn anything else. He'll bark at that fucking door forever. You know, I've said it before. I've lived with dogs that totally didn't freak out when things happened. Like you can teach them, he just won't learn because he's too old and too dumb.
Yep.
But he's not dumb enough to know that the bark box is a thing that comes and he has toys in it. He remembers this.
That's what I'm saying.
That's all he thinks about.
I'm saying if he knows that, he could evolve to a place or learn to a place where he could carry some rich heiress's bags. Because if he was in my body, he'd be like, I mean, let's be honest. Well, maybe Tim's body. He'd be like, women would be like, well, let's just keep him around because he's cute, right?
So
And he would just carry stuff, and that'd be it. He'd be
Red
fine.
so I end up with like Paris Hilton. Is that what you're
No,
talking
more
about?
like
awesome.
like an old woman, like 80s.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
But she leaves
Like
it
your
in,
boy toy, is that what it is?
like
Well,
70s.
this isn't your body. The rhyme
Yeah,
and
what the hell
reason
do you
no
care?
longer-
You're in
yeah,
that dog.
You're in a dog's.
So here's
So
one
I'm
thing.
looking for some ladies to my tramps.
Yes.
Oh,
Are
That's
you?
correct.
I mean, hey, it's gonna reach a point where I'm like,
You don't even
Gotta
have
get it
balls
in.
though. You don't even have balls. Do you keep your sex drive and testosterone based on what you had here?
yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
I would just kill myself if that happened to me. I would make
How
sure.
long? How long do you give it?
I would just not eat. If I was in Portillo's body, I would just be like, no, I'm done. Hunger strike. Finish.
Hunger strike. Colin would go on a goddamn.
But I'm saying,
hunger
how long
strike.
do you give it before you throw in the towel? It's not immediate, right? You're gonna try
I would
to
be
find
curious
the
maybe a
sorcerer?
little bit, but I don't know. I mean, it was just like if I had to be this dog, it would be over. I couldn't
Can
do
I-
it because of how much ridicule I've placed on the dog. People would now place ridicule on me.
Can I just throw a couple things out that
Please.
are pro?
Throw me a bone,
being
as
the
you
dog.
Yes.
One, you can go to the bathroom anywhere you want. That's a
Right.
very liberating thing. It would be interesting just to stay alive long enough to be able to explore that a little bit. Just to go out into that park and just drop a deuce wherever you wanted to, right? Kind of fascinating a little bit.
Colgate Park?
Yeah.
Okay, you haven't lived in San Francisco long enough, Nick. You can do that.
No, bums can do that. If you
Well,
if
you
you
already
hit
got
that
the
level
beard.
of heroin use, you can shit wherever you want. And you're
Yeah,
totally fine.
there's a consistent line on the y-axis between heroin use and shitting and public. There's a correlation
it's like
there.
the perfect 45-degree angle.
There's that, and there's just the fact that also everything tastes better. Everything, like your sense of taste is amazing. So imagine what your sauce tastes like. Well, you could make it though, huh?
No, I mean
With
that's,
the
I
sauce,
would have
yeah.
opposable thumbs.
Smell,
See, this is
hearing.
this is the problem. I mean, the one thing that I would love to do if I was Portillo would be totally normal. Like everyone thinks like Portillo's just an idiot, right? So like he's a lovable doof, but he's just a doof. He just sits on Greg's lap all day like he's Mr. Bigglesworth, and there's no telling Greg. Any lap will do. Like for Portillo, like there's not even like he's most loyal to Greg, but literally any lap will do.
Yeah, happened. To me.
So it's not even like he's that fiercely loyal. What I would love to do is to be just Portillo, but like the door, like the buzzer, and you just like,
Whatever.
you know, like
Can you
someone.
imagine Colin Portillo? The buzzer goes off and he just looks at you and he just gives you that look like, yeah, Greg, what?
Yeah.
And there's something in his eyes for the first time ever.
or the like someone comes through the door and I just walk away.
You don't care.
That's when you
It's
would
not
know.
exciting. That
That's
no
when
one's
you
in
know
it.
But then
someone's-
ultimately you'd take me for a walk and I would just run into traffic,
Oh my god.
and that's how that would end.
So
Man.
morbid.
Here's what I'm afraid of in this scenario. If that
Yeah,
were me,
Yeah.
is like you know how you were saying about like the having his brain. Like what if
You start
I would
losing stuff?
I would start losing my
Yeah,
my
yeah.
humanity and I start becoming a dog.
Yeah, maybe it might happen. I mean,
Oh
it's
my
conceivable
God.
that might happen.
I don't
It's
like
also
that.
conceivable
That's kinda
that you
cool, though.
might get smarter, and then you could take over the world. Because who would suspect a wiener dog? You'd only have 2 to 3 years
You're
left
left.
to do it.
Yeah,
Let's see.
lifespan.
Who would suspect this wiener dog to be able to take over the world? No.
No,
No one believes it.
no. Look at that thing. Look at him. He just stares at. Oh, he's staring at me.
His
No.
eyes are so.
What's
vacant.
funny is he doesn't even look at you most of the time. He just kind of looks a little bit past you.
It's because you're not even there in his mind. He's just thinking about the bark box.
But I am an animated human being. I am a life form, and that shoe rack is like way more interesting to him than me.
He's used to. He doesn't get to see the shoe rack from this perspective. All
No, it's not the shoe rack. It's that
The goat?
The
The
goat.
goat.
He's
Yeah.
giving way too much credit. Portillo's blind as a bat. And,
does have
and
that
he's really blind.
Is he?
Yeah, oh yeah.
So Nick,
But it's in the dark,
I like your idea about the kibbles,
Yeah.
spelling stuff. But like, take that out of it. Like, you can't actually like write notes, and you can't use all this like technology and stuff. You just need to do something like one of us. Like I like the Pit example of you playing as Pit in Smash Bros. That would tell us.
Yeah.
What would we do though to be
To
like
identify
all right,
ourselves?
yeah, that's definitely these people.
Turn on the Vita.
It's one of them.
Oh, I believe
That's
it's
a
either Colin or
50-50
Greg.
chance. If it was
Yeah.
us and there was Portillo, we found him playing a Vita, we're like, okay, it's either Greg or Colin.
Right.
It can
And then
be no one else in the entire world.
Test number 2 is you after that you're like it's one of them.
Am I
put
playing Minecraft or a crazy JRPG?
I was just gonna say put a bottle of bourbon down and a chicken wing down, which everyone goes for. Whereas it's
He goes to?
okay, it's Greg.
All right,
It is
all right.
Greg or it is Colin.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I think for you, how we could tell it to you.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
instantly
know.
put a Coca-Cola.
Oh,
shirt
no.
on.
Okay. If a girl walks by and that dog just goes, like, doesn't walk up to them, but just like double takes like 4 times, I'm like, that's Nick. I know that's Nick.
You got to get the full
Good
360.
Nick.
No, you double take so uniquely.
I do.
It is just such a,
It's unsubtle.
yeah.
As they say.
Unsubtle is one way to put it.
It's
Yeah.
unsubtle.
It's a work of God. What about me?
For you,
You'd be watching YouTube. If we came home, Portillo's watching
Yeah.
YouTube.
if we came home and all of a sudden
Oh, no,
Portillo
but you
had
can't.
a YouTube channel that had already subscribed to 15 other channels, I'd be like, this, it's got to be
Yeah.
them.
You can't watch
He's trying
YouTube,
to
Tim.
take a selfie.
Or it's like the camera's up and the iPhone's running and you're like pantomiming
Oh,
to
yeah.
a rap.
Oh, I
Like you're
that.
rapping something and we're like, is that the beat from like some I don't know, some cool rap video. I don't know any hip hop
It's
songs.
good. You almost had it.
I almost had it.
But,
Yeah.
but Tim, though, you
Alright.
can't watch YouTube though,
Why?
because as a
Because
dog,
I'm a dog.
the dogs see so much faster with a I guess higher frame rate that the lines it just looks.
Do
blurry.
dogs see a higher frame rate?
I don't know. It's
Is
not
that
high. It's not a
confirmed?
high. I don't know if it's higher frame rate.
That
but
explains
they,
why Portillo likes
they-
Last of Us running at 60 frames per
like
second.
if they
so
were
much more than I
seeing
do.
if they were seeing at a monitor, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't see that image, that clear image. They see like a bunch of flashing images that are like really blurry. Like they can't.
Dogs
stand.
are stupid.
It's like do you know whenever you have like an old camera and you're filming a CRT TV?
yeah, it's just
Yeah.
the wrong
That's-
hertz, right?
That's what dogs
That's
see?
what dogs see.
I'm going to trust you on this one. All right?
All right.
choice
You
but
earned
to.
Lewis
that.
knows a lot
Alright.
about
Yeah.
dogs and their vision.
I don't know anything.
Dogs.
Yeah. So that's basically you would be so screwed. Basically, it's like
Bacon.
it's like
Put on
It's like a dog.
it's
at
like
the-
whenever you have like this library, right? It's perfect, and it's like you have all this time in the world to read it, but
Break
then your
glasses.
glasses break.
Twilight Zone. Classic Twilight Zone.
Yes, that's exactly it.
Good topic.
No loyalty, my ass. Colin, look at him.
Well, I
Came
picked him
right
up and I
back
let
to
him
me.
walk over to you.
Came right back to me.
I'm not saying I said he's most loyal to you, but any lap will do. You know it's true.
If you're not around,
He,
Yeah.
he falls in love
What,
with
I mean, what would you
everyone.
want him to do if he's not? He's a people person.
It's not to say there's not an order of operation. It's just to say that he would love anyone on death row, nonetheless. Or a corpse if he could sit on them.
Jesus.
If you could sit on them. All right,
wow.
Good
Tim.
topic.
Yeah, it was a good topic. Tim,
Yes.
what's your topic?
So, I'm hanging out with my buddy Lewis,
Alright.
and he's just like, Tim, how come there hasn't been Tim topics lately on the show? And I was just like, well, you know what? When you're on the show, I didn't tell you this, but in my head, I was like, I'm going to bring you a Tim topic. So, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in a while, here is a Tim topic.
Ah, Jesus.
What are the rules of the women's restroom? When will you go in? When will you not go in? When are you when will you go in with someone else? Does it will you ever go in with another dude? Will you go in with a girlfriend or a girlfriend? What are the rules?
See, they're foreign. That's like going to Mars. I guess actually it's more like going to the moon. I've only been there a couple times. I don't know what that meant. Why
I liked it.
Okay, good.
It was
This
cool.
funny.
So I can think of them off the top of my head. I remember one time when at both our IGN stories, Jim Riley and I came into work on a Martin Luther King Day when no one else came in. Literally no one else. And this is Brisbane offices. And we filmed a video where we ran around being stupid in the office doing everybody's job. And one of the things we did was like Jim came out of the women's bathroom. He's like, oh, you got to go in there. It's crazy. And they went in there and they had like a couch and stuff. We're like, oh, that's cool. Like no one was there. I knew no one was there. There was no chance.
have a
somebody
couch
else
in the
was
Was there
gonna
women's
come.
really a
bathroom?
couch?
I think so, yeah. I forget if I'm merging
The
that.
IGN women's restroom?
I forget if I'm
There was
merging
no
that with
couch.
another women's restroom or not. But he made a bunch of things. We went in there to film and whatever.
Yeah.
And then the other one was at current IGN down on Second and Brandon, across from
Definitely
the best subs
no
in the
couch
city.
in the women's restroom.
Yeah, it's just the same as ours. I went in there for the zombie shoot, the Not Another Zombie Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Where they tried to put the makeup lady tried to put lenses in my eyes.
Yes.
And that's like it was 15 minutes of blinding pain in my eyeballs. But I was in the women's restroom, so I remembered it. That's it. That's my experience.
Really? That's it?
Yeah. There might have been one when I was your mom would bring you in when you were a little kid.
Yeah, that was weird, right?
Yeah, real weird.
I've only been to the women's restroom twice in my life so far. It was I used to work at a movie theater, and just for 2 specific times, it called for me to go in there and clean it. But yeah,
What
that's
were the
basically-
specific
Details.
And I
times?
was like, I don't remember. I remember I had to mop up something or whatever. Like there was something that I had to like get a plunger and be like, go in there.
Someone dropping a big deuce.
Yes. Or no, but apparently I'm told that from the
They don't do
because
that.
the women's restroom is actually more dirtier than the men's restroom.
Yeah, I've heard that too. Actually, that
I do not believe
Oh,
And
it.
no.
apparently, like women's feminine hygiene products just get like put there. And,
Well, yeah, you can't put them down the drain because their whole thing is that they absorb everything. So
They-
that's why
what
they have to have
happened-
little trash cans.
They absorb and then they become like sentient,
Yeah.
and then they come after.
That's
you.
Kill me. Yeah. I do not believe. Oh man. I do not believe that
that
they're dirtier
tampon's a
than men's
monster.
Because men's restrooms are like definitely
Filthy.
the nastiest, disgustingest things.
Well,
in
did
the
you ever
entire
go
world.
over to like one of your friends, like not girlfriends, but a female friend's house in college? This was a very. I remember. I'm not gonna name names, mostly because I don't remember her name. It's my friend Christy's friend. Went over her place, and this was like when a woman's not romantically interested in you, they don't care. So you can actually see how they really live.
That's the thing, though. Is then once then there's that like 1 week period where they are interested in you, and then all of a sudden they're like, all right, the interest is over, we're together or something, and then that all
Then it
goes
goes-
out the
yeah.
window.
But I remember I was shocked because my bathroom was disgusting. Like when I was in college, like that was before I kind of understood what it meant to be clean. Like cleanliness was a good thing. Like you should clean your bathroom like once a week, not once every 4 months. So like when I had roommates, that like there would be like barnacles, like not even algae anymore. It would be like full barnacles growing. You know, you're like, well, I don't want to really go to the bathroom next to that, but I don't really feel like cleaning it. But then I went over to this girl's house and I was like, this takes the cake. It was overflowing. The bathroom was disgusting. There was like, you could tell where she had sort of just like touched the top of something because there was a handprint there from all the dirt, like the dust that had caked on and then gotten wet and then caked on and then gotten wet. Totally disgusting. But I will tell you this back to the original topic is that I've been in the female bathroom quite a lot. And this happens when you get married. Because when you get married, there's some unwritten law that you're allowed to pee as a unit. Okay? Especially at Starbucks because they still have the male-female bathroom in most Starbucks. So if I'm waiting and you have your wife there and the female door opens first, you look back to the rest of the line, you go, it's sort of like when you get to go, no matter what your ticket is, you get to go in like through the airline gate with your wife no matter what because you're traveling partners. Same with peeing. I'm like, I got to go in. She's going in with me.
That's a good move. That's always the weird one. I guess I have been in more female bathrooms recently because of that, where you're in a giant line and there's guys come out, like it's already broken down. The line's
Right.
broken down. There's no woman waiting to get in. This happened at Chick-fil-A when we were at Chick-fil-A right before Kevin Smith's. There's just a line full of dudes.
Yep.
And then there's a girl's bathroom, but like dudes keep coming in.
No,
and
there were
going-
some
coming
like
out.
douchebag degenerate like
They were doing
idiots
drugs.
in like
They were, like, dealing drugs.
dealing drugs out of the men's bathroom. So, which I just blew them up when I got out of there, just like banged on the door, like really loud. That's why one guy came out afterwards, like looking around like 10 seconds later, and I was just already sitting at the table.
God
eating my
damn it,
sandwich.
Colin.
Damn.
But I just like to fuck with people. No, I mean in that situation, I've been in many women's rooms because what I was thinking about when the question was asked was like, how drunk am I? Because at a lot of bars, there's the women's room and the men's room, but the girls like I'll always if a girl is like in line with me and the guy gets out of the bath like the men's room, I'll just be like, do you want to go? Like you can just go pee in there. It's not a big deal.
you pervert.
And she and often the girl almost I don't think a girl's ever turned me down. She'll go in. Kind of try to be a little
Then
chivalrous.
I don't think a
You
girl's
go
ever
in.
turned me down.
Colin Moriarty.
No, and then I'll go into the women's room. I feel like at bars like after 10 o'clock, there's no women's and men's room if they're individual rooms. I've never been in a women's room that's like multiple stalls ever, like since I was a kid. Like
Really?
when my
No,
mom would
I've
bring
never
me
done
in
that
there.
either.
But like if it's like just one, like that's why I really love places. And I think it's becoming more of a bigger trend now at restaurants and bars where it's just like we just have fucking bathrooms, dude. Like at Rick
Unisex
House or whatever or
bathrooms,
something.
yeah.
Like it's just like it's a bathroom. Just if you're a woman, go use it. If you're a man, go use it. Who gives a fuck? You know.
Right.
And like I'm noticing that trend more and more. But if there's like Chick-fil-A, I use the women's bathroom there because it's just a room. It's like in other words, I would never use a women's room if it was like a real bathroom with multiple stalls.
Right,
But if it's just a room, like what's the big deal? The one thing I am thorough about if I've ever done like in the few times I've done this or whatever is I make sure to clean the seat and you know, like not that I pee on the seat, but just make sure like I don't want to be the guy walking out if multiple guys use it and then a girl walks in and there's piss all over the seat and she's like she thinks I did it. So I'd rather wipe someone else's piss off the seat than like have a girl think that.
I'm the exact same way. Yeah. I have to. And what's crazy is that how long do you? So I was at Starbucks the other day, as I am most of the days, and there's always that one dude that's like that's where he takes his morning shit. So it takes if you just happen to be there and have to go to the bathroom when he's in there, you're gonna wait a half hour. So I'm waiting, and I wait for 2 to 3 women to go in and out, in and out, in and out. Finally, I'm like, I look around and I'm like, I'm just gonna do it. And it's a standalone room, like you're talking about. But this is a busy Starbucks. The Starbucks over on Chestnut. It's a high traffic Starbucks. And I'm gonna get the look
legit
when I come out
That's the
from
risk.
the woman who has not been waiting that long, but she's gonna look at me like it's been 30 minutes and I've just abused the system. And I'm just gonna have to deal with that look. What you do is you come in, you lock eyes with her, you give her this look, which you're hoping gets across the fact that there's a dude shitting in the other one for like 45 minutes, and you had no choice because you had to go. You're like, I had to go. And then you put your eyes on the ground and you walk right out. Yeah, you don't even sit down. You
that's
just get
the
out.
Nick special. It's just like looking at people, women he doesn't know, just pointing at his dick.
Yeah. Sorry. Pee. Dick. No. Sex? No. Okay. Well, we're gonna you always gotta check.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know,
I guess that.
Sex? No. Okay. We're not gonna have sex.
This brings up just the point of like the more unisex kind of bathroom style. I think is good if it's individual rooms. I don't think there's any shame in that at all. Women have to understand. That's what the point I'm trying to make is I try to pay it forward. Like if I'm waiting in line, women's lines are often really long, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like and women typically have to wait longer. So that's what I'm saying. Like at bar X or whatever, if I'm there and like there's a women's room and a men's room. And I'm waiting, and there's already a few women in the line, and I'm the only man waiting. And a guy comes out, I'm like, well, one of you can use the bathroom first if you want. And women always seem to appreciate that. I'm breaking down the gender barriers, I guess is what I'm saying.
You are.
Oh yes,
You are.
You're an ambassador for.
I like that.
Well, it's because you guys here are in California. I noticed that like the architecture is just different here, and there's a lot more confined spaces, a lot more tighter quarters. And here where I'm in Texas, everything's bigger in Texas.
Yeah, you got like 40 bathrooms to every building.
Yeah, like basically imagine like going to the men's restroom and you got like 10 urinals like lined up,
Right,
and then you have like other
like an
toilets,
airport
and
bathroom.
then
It's
basically,
like we have half
and then the women's restrooms are like two like stalls on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
It's like there, and not to mention like the sinks are like 4 or 5 sinks in there, like ready to go.
Yeah, I mean that's not just Texas. That's most of California, where you're not living in San Francisco, where like even just to rent a bathroom, it's like $10,000 a month. You know, it's like half a stall in the apartment.
Oh my god,
the city's only 7 miles by 7 miles, so there's just not space for anything.
The reason I bring this up is because I don't care. There's no rules for me. Where it's just like
There's
if I need
no
to pee-
rules for
I mean,
when you use the
Anything
there
goes?
are rules, but there's no rules in the sense
No,
of like
I mean,
I don't even need to think that far.
I'm gonna throw some scenarios at
Go
it
for
because
it.
I think you're thinking that all things being equal, no one's there. Someone's in that room.
Yeah,
you're
if
gonna
they're-
go.
yeah.
Are there women? If there are 2 women behind you in the line and you're waiting for the guys' room, because I was at a Starbucks in Colfax and there was 2 restrooms. One was a guy-girl and one was a girl, which is weird. But it's going to Colin's other point that like more women usually it takes a little longer so the line backs up. So I was like, so it was guy, girl, and girl. The girl opened up first. My wife was there. She's like, "Do you want to go in with me?" I got the world's weirdest looks because I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go in," but everyone's like, "Wait, you're not supposed to go in there. Clearly, it's delineated." But I did anyway. You don't care.
No, that doesn't
Fuck
matter.
'em.
Because the thing is, like, I'm going to be clean. Like, my level of cleanliness in a restroom is dictated by the cleanliness of the restroom.
Right.
Which, some people might judge me on. If there's pee on the wall, I'm going to pee on the
You're
wall.
gonna pee on the wall. Yeah.
But if there's, like,
do you
if
tell
it's
if there's
clean,
pee
I'm
on
going
the
to be clean.
wall?
And if it's...
I mean, halfway through
you
him
just
peeing
touch
on
the
the
wall?
wall.
I'm saying, when you walk in and it's just wet everywhere, it's like you don't even
Yeah.
want to
So
step.
gross.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh,
at
yeah.
that point, I'm just like, I'm gonna try to get it in. Like, and I get, to be honest, I get the majority of it in. It's not like I'm just not giving a fuck. But it's like I don't want to step that close to
Yeah,
the
you
thing.
get. We've talked about this before, Colin and I, on the next conversation with Colin. The piss mist. You know what? You get super close. You pee in the urinal. You're getting the
everything's
splashback.
splashing.
When
I
I
don't
know
want
it's already
that.
wet and covered in other shit.
Yeah,
like, no, I got
exactly. It's
nothing.
like,
I ain't
no,
gonna
no,
do this.
I don't got
all
time
gonna-
for that.
You gotta give that urinal a wide berth.
Yeah.
Man.
The real question is who's going to do the upper decker in the
I've never done an upper decker.
We talked about this on the show, right?
That you did that one time, yeah.
No,
You
I
have.
never did an upper
I've never
decker.
done
Oh, who did that? One of your friends? or
Yeah, it was
something?
one of my. Yeah, I think it was. No, who did? No, didn't we?
Was it Nick?
It wasn't me.
What
My
is
friend, I had a friend that shit in a drawer one time in a hotel room.
What?
And yeah, he was so the hotel was like not as advertised when he got there. He was like, this place is a shithole. Went and was like this, Like the sheets are dirty. None of this stuff's being like had been done. You haven't done anything. Like we don't
What
have
was
another
the
room for
upper
you.
decker story though?
So we shit in a drawer. He pulled the drawer out, shit in it, put it back in.
Yeah, I like that.
No, we had
stayed there
someone
for 4 days.
I thought we had someone
And he was
on
like,
the
I
show.
should have done that on the last day instead of the first
I
day.
thought the specific stories we had someone on the show that did an upper decker.
I
Might have
thought
been
somebody told the
Rosenbaum.
story.
What
Was
is
it
an upper
Rosenbaum?
decker?
Not Rosenbaum.
It's when you poop in the top of
The tank.
The tank of the toilet.
Now Tim's gonna do that every time he comes to that bathroom. We're gonna find it. Like Tim, we know it's you. You can't prove it.
I almost
It smells like
want to tweet out about
Mexican
it.
Coke.
That's but see, for me, it's like I feel like it's been increasingly frequent now where I need to pee, and it's just
Was it
like,
Ballard?
There's a couple dudes waiting to go to the bathroom,
No,
but the
would
girls'
not be
bathroom's
Ballard
free.
either.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, all right, I'm just gonna
Now,
do it.
are you-
And then like I feel like a bunch of the dudes in line judge me. It's like I need to pee, dude.
Are you ballsy enough to go number 2 in the women's bathroom though?
Yeah.
I often don't. I mean, I'm not a big public number twoer.
Oh yeah.
I have no choice.
but
If I gotta go, I'm gonna go.
Yeah, if I had to, I mean, whatever. I would definitely do it. But the other thing is, I found very few women that are like down to just go in the men's restroom and do their thing if they have to. Like, so it makes me happy, Colin, that you say that they're out there.
Oh no, they're definitely
out
out. I mean, when everyone's drunk in a bar at midnight or whatever, everyone will just you just have to pee.
Yeah.
Like I'll fucking pee anywhere, you know?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
just
Oh,
give me a
no, there
place
was-
to pee.
outside in the wall
Absolutely.
and
Give me
everything.
give me a discreet place to pee, and I'll fucking do it.
I got one good friend that every single time we go out to a bar, she ends up having to pee, and for some reason, every time I'm with her, the girls' bathroom is closed or the line's too long or whatever. So I need to go. She's like, Tim, just come with me, please, into the men's restroom and just stand. And it's one of those things where it's like, usually there'll be some problem, like the stall door's gone, or like
Right.
Oh, yeah,
Comic
yeah,
Club,
yeah.
which just doesn't have a door.
Yeah, it's
There's
so
no
weird.
door.
It's in the middle
There's
of the
no-
dance floor.
That's
anything,
so weird.
exactly.
That's so weird.
So there's been like so many times where I'm just like standing there while she's peeing, and I'm just like, guys, there's just things are happening here. And I'm like, well, this is my life.
You're a good
And
friend.
That's my life.
I got out of a movie the other day at the Kabuki, and apparently like 3 or 4 movies had let out at the same time. So
that's fun.
every bathroom had a line around the block. The guys, sort of realizing this, were like in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. Right. One nice guy looks over and sees this line of women that is like curving around the building for all its purpose, getting in the damn bathroom, and starts asking women very politely, like, "Hey, we're all cool with, like, we don't give a shit. If you guys want, I will walk you into the men's bathroom and like into each stall." And it took maybe 5 milliseconds before it like occurred to a woman like this. I have to, because everyone was like, they've been waiting for like 10 minutes. And there's nothing worse than having to pee after a movie, and you're like, your brain just starts to break down. You can't fucking.
Because you've
so,
made
yeah.
it that far. You're
Yeah.
2 hours in. You're like, 30 minutes in.
Yeah.
I gotta pee, but I
Gotta
can make it
pee.
to the end. You get the credits. You're like, I made it, and you get out, and there's a giant line.
Yep. So that was really funny because I just, as I'm starting, you're peeing and you hear that most foreign of sounds where you start hearing a woman's voice in the bathroom. You're like, nah, she's just outside. Oh no, she's in the stall right next to me. And there was like 5 women when I walked out, and I was like, well, whatever. What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? Hey, sex? No,
They call
okay,
that
no, we're not gonna
movie
have sex.
Mr. P and the Women. Good topic.
Thanks.
Good topic.
Yeah, great topic, Tim.
My turn. I want to talk about Guy Fieri, the chef from the Food Network. I want to know everybody's opinion on him before we go any further. Tim, you can start.
So I'll tell you something, Greg. I don't know much about this guy.
Okay.
I know that he is a meme in many ways.
Uh-huh.
There's been many memes of him.
Sure.
He has ridiculous hair.
He does. It's
Is the
bleach
guy with the
hair.
blonde hair? Okay.
Yeah.
He's a host.
Right?
He is loud.
Yes.
And people seem to like him.
Yes.
It's as much as I know. He wears ugly shirts.
He does,
He does.
like flame shirts, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
one of
He's
the
like a
things.
flame dude.
Yeah.
He likes flames a lot.
Yeah, he does that thing
And he
with
has the hair.
he does that weird thing with glasses, sunglasses, where he wears them on the back of his head
Oh,
like that.
I
all
hate
the time.
motherfuckers that
Oh
do
my God,
that.
is
That's like straight 1991.
It's
Shout
also
out to
called straight
Curry.
living. Colin, how do you come down on Guy Fieri?
I like him. I like him a lot, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because Guy Fieri doesn't give a flying fuck what you think about him.
Yeah.
You know, he's been doing his thing for years, and he just does his thing, and he's laughing all the way to the bank.
Right.
You know, so like, good for him, man. He's doing, you know, what is it?
Triple
what do you call
D.
Triple D's, yeah, Triple D.
Diners, diners, drive-ins, and dives.
Yep.
That's the show.
And it's an
Triple D.
awesome. It's an awesome show.
It's fun. It's great. It shows little spots around the world. To
He
go to.
also
Country.
owns. He's a California native. He also owns a restaurant which is supposed to be really good called Johnny Garlic, Johnny Garlic's, I think. And he knows his shit. Like, he's not a dummy.
Yeah, he won the Food Network thing. That's how he was the first Food Network star, right?
Right.
That's how it started.
Okay.
And he knows food, and he seems to me he seems like a nice guy. Like, he's a guy I would like to have a beer with or something.
Right,
Like,
exactly.
He does seem to be like someone a lot of people make fun of.
Right.
And I don't really get it. I just feel like he's kind of putting himself out there and doing his thing, and I don't really see. I don't see, like, he's not mean spirited. He's never done anything as far as I know to anyone. I don't really get it.
He has a bit of an antiquated look.
Oh, yeah,
think,
for sure.
Which is why I think when you
It's
you
like a
look
surfer
at him,
bum look.
No, I think when you look at him, it looks like a guy that like had a girlfriend in the late '90s and was like, "You should dress like this," and then she broke up with him, and then no one ever told him to
and he
stop
just
dressing
got
like
stuck.
that, and so he got stuck in that time period.
I just looked at his Wikipedia.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
started with a awesome pretzel cart. That was his thing.
He had an awesome pretzel cart.
Yep.
Okay, because
I
he
like
won
that.
some show. That's how this all started from, right?
Well, it really started with the pretzel cart.
Of course, that's the real start.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Louis,
me want
you're not
one.
familiar with Guy
I'm just
Fieri.
literally looking at an image and I'm like, oh my god, like he's got like the Cisco hair going on.
Good.
I would say.
Good.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, it's like when you search for Guy, just search for Guy on Google. It's Guy Fawkes first, which makes sense,
Right,
and then Guy
makes
Fieri.
sense.
So
Nailing it.
There's
so
not
he's
too
the
many
second
He's
most
doing
famous
something
guy.
for guy. He's the second most famous guy.
Yeah.
That's quite.
Where do you
about
come
Guy
down,
Pearce?
Nick?
I don't know that I've thought about Guy Fieri long enough to actually form an opinion on him. I've only seen like promos that he's cut for his shows. I don't watch a lot of the cooking channel.
Yeah.
He seems like a nice enough guy. He's very successful, so I'm envious of that because I know his name. When you said his name, his face popped in, and I've never
Right.
seen him in anything, but I know of him.
Right.
So that's cool.
Let me ask you a question, Greg.
Yeah.
Why is this your topic?
I connect with Guy Fieri on many levels.
Okay.
I enjoy his work, and I think he's a stand-up dude in terms of his job here. This is what I always talk about. First off, I'm with Colin. Triple D's a good show. I enjoy Triple D quite a bit. If you're familiar with Triple D,
No,
it's him in this Cadillac, and he drives around the country, right? It's a convertible, maybe not a Cadillac, but a giant boat of a car. Drives around the country, and he goes like diners, drive-ins, and dives.
Cool.
Like these little places that do crazy food things, and he eats them, and they're great, and he spotlights them. It's good for local business, right? He's showing off these cool places, doing all these different things, driving tourism there. What I was talking about, and it was after doing this stuff, the podcasting enough, but more of the up at noon where I'd read the teleprompter, have to like do your videos, where I have to remember lines or whatever, and all these different things. You look at this guy who was a restaurateur, who's a chef, who then hit it off on this reality show, then got off to do all this stuff. He does amazing things that I think people totally take for granted in terms of delivery, where he does the thing where he'll pull up, get out of the car, be talking to the camera the whole time, sounding totally natural. I'm just here talking to you about this local steak restaurant. How you doing? Blah, blah. And then he opens the door and goes in. And I remember the first time it dawned on me, I turned to Christine like, he's really good. No one's calling him out on the fact that he just nailed that. And granted, maybe it took him 4 takes. I don't know. Maybe he tripped on one of them. But like he just gave one that's totally sounded like he made it all up off the top of his head. And we know that's incredibly difficult to do. Now, the reason I'm bringing up Guy Fieri is that I enjoy his show. I don't go out of my way to watch it. I'm not DVRing it, you know what I mean? But I'm flipping through the channels and saying, oh, sure, I'll watch this for a little bit.
What's Guy up to?
What giant potato wrapped in chili, deep fried in a biscuit is eating? Great, I want to hear about it.
God.
This is the kind of food you're getting in a diner.
the places that he goes to, I'm just like, oh my god, I want to go there so bad.
Here, and this is something that I guess touches on what we've seen before. I feel like at some point, not only like we talk about internet trolls a lot here. People are mean to me. They're mean to you in this review on the game thing. Colin and I get, we're used to people being mean to us on the internet. No big deal. We don't care, right? Because they're trolls. It's moving into regular society with so-called adults and people you'd think would be better than this that are actually being really mean to Guy Fieri. And that I'm not cool with.
Yeah.
It sprung to life for me a long time ago, November 2012. And I remember reading this at the time with this New York Times review, right? Of they went in and they reviewed his restaurant, Guy's American Kitchen and Bar in Times Square. And I mean, they are just having a ball tearing this apart. And maybe the food's terrible. Maybe everything's bad. You know what I mean? I'm just like, he's just in there and but they're just being a bunch of jerks on everything, and about him and all these different things. I'm trying to find a good quote for you here or whatever, right? Because instead of reviewing the restaurant, this motherfucker, Pete Wells, is just writing his review as a letter to Guy Fieri. So it starts, Guy Fieri, have you eaten at your restaurant in Times Square? Have you pulled up one of the 500 seats at Guy's American Kitchen and Bar and ordered a meal? Did you eat the food? Did it live up to your expectations? Did panic grip your soul as you stared into the whirling hypno wheel of the menu, where adjective and noun spin in a crazy vortex? When you saw a burger labeled as Guy's Pat LaFreda, custom blend, all natural, creek stone, blah, 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 blah. It goes on like this. Did your mind touch the void for a minute? It's like, all right, man. Is the burger
What are you
bad?
saying?
Is there too much stuff happening? Why? It's
The fuck did you just say?
when you have a second Mr. Fieri, would you see what happened to the black bean and roasted squash soup we ordered? Hey, did you try that blue drink? The one that glows like nuclear waste? The watermelon margarita? Any idea why it tastes like some combination of radiator fluid and formaldehyde? It's like, all right, clearly you're just an asshole. You're on your high horse about what you think. And don't get me wrong, I don't eat at Chili's, right? I don't think Chili's is all that great. If I wanted to be really mean and does it taste like radiator? You drank radiator fluid and formaldehyde, sir? Pete Wells.
Hey, Mr. Chili's. Have you had your cone queso lately? Actually, Chili's is the bomb. Yeah, but I mean, I think there is something to be said for these people who are like, one day when Greg Miller gets big enough, he'll have the Greg Miller wing stop. Or the great great wings in heaven, whatever the hell you're gonna call it.
The Greg Miller wing experiment.
Very perfect. Damn. The Greg Miller wing experiment, and it'll be a multi-million-dollar chain restaurant, and you will probably not go there, and you probably won't know what's happening at that chain restaurant, and you probably won't care.
Sure, that's possible. We don't know Guy's involvement in his restaurant here. I'm not gonna say that, but okay, so like that's fine. He's making a point. Yeah, maybe he's attached his name to a subpar product. Again, I don't think you need to be this mean in this review of the restaurant to direct it at this man. Now, granted, his name's on it. He should, he's got to live up to it.
Yeah.
You got to deal with it. When we put out something that's, Greg Miller's chicken wing experiment and kids are getting wings in the eyes, I got to suck it up and deal with that.
I'll never go back to that place. I took a wing to the eye.
The other day, this one popped up, all right? And this is from salon.com, August 2014. I read this at the time.
Is it a hairstyle thing?
I don't know really. No, they're everything. They're news and they're politics.
That is a crazy ass headline.
Yeah. Headline is how one man destroyed the Food Network. Guy Fieri has made culinary TV into a viewer's hell.
Now, okay, I'm gonna take the devil's advocate approach here and say these are headlines designed to get people to click on things.
Clickbait.
And you know what? There's an art to that.
Sure.
But the content needs to be good. And the last example, the content was not good. Like the review. If the headline is like, kind of exaggerative to get people to come in.
Sure.
If the content then was like explaining like the actual restaurant, why it's bad and all that stuff, that'd be one thing.
Yeah.
But the way he did it, the letter, that was mean.
Read us
This
the
headline. What is the
first,
content of this?
read us the first paragraph.
This one, I'll tell you how mad this made me. Again, as just being a casual Guy Fieri fan, I tweeted this person. And I did my best after so much of IGN and how much you suck, blah, 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 to be like, hey, read your article, thought it was a cheap shot, totally respect your it's an op-ed or whatever, right? But again, how one man destroyed the Food Network, Guy Fieri, has made culinary TV into a viewer's hell. This you want the first paragraph? I'll give you the first.
Give me the first.
Here come the first two paragraphs.
Go for it.
I'll take a deep breath at the paragraph break.
Cool.
For me, watching the Food Network has always been an easy escape from the stresses of daily life. There was just something calming about watching chefs in action, and this network had perfected Zen cooking. They'd often use a natural light filter that made the food appear delectable, as if the chefs were blissfully cooking their culinary delights in the sunlit designer kitchen of a tastefully decorated, impeccable home somewhere in the Hamptons. Well, in a Garten, that actually is the case. I've never been anywhere near a sunlit designer kitchen in the Hamptons, but I still found it all oddly soothing. I'd even try to time my Food Network viewing to when I was having a snack, as I'm convinced watching fancy cooking shows made whatever I'm eating taste better. So imagine my dismay when the very network that used to assuage my nerves after a rough day became one more sources of stress. How did this polar change happen? 2 words. Guy Fieri. That's right, the so-called rock and roll comfort food king, but more accurately, the extremely unhealthy-looking, ear-splitting maniac who thinks he's fronting a college garage band circa 1995.
All right, wait, I have a huge problem with this. Me and the Food Network go way back, okay? It goes way back. Food Network actually has his heritage on Long Island. A lot of people don't know. Now,
you can't just say things like that. We can't prove that.
Get up and walk out
I
right
can't disprove the fact that the Food Network started.
I'm gonna prove it to you, but
later we'll talk offline.
In the meantime, I'll tell you this. This is what Greg, can you read me just the first part of that first paragraph again, please?
Okay.
Yeah, I'll tell you when to stop.
For me, watching the Food Network has always been an easy escape from the stresses of daily life.
Okay.
Keep going. There was just something calming about watching chefs in action, and this network had perfected Zen cooking. They'd often use a natural light filter that made food appear delectable, as if chefs were blissfully cooking their culinary delights in the sunlit designer kitchen of a tastefully decorated, impeccable home somewhere in the Hamptons.
Okay, that's enough. What were the two shows that early in the Food Network's life were the most popular, the popularized?
Rachel Ray.
No, before that.
I don't know.
Think deeply.
Iron Chef.
Yes. Okay,
Yes.
that's one.
Okay.
Iron Chef, yeah, very zen. Iron
Very
Chef's
zen.
a fucking maniac
Yeah,
show.
that show's
okay?
chaos.
Number 2, Emerald.
Yeah,
Okay,
Emerald Lagasse.
who was also
I'm
a
Emerald
nut
Lagasse.
job.
Yeah,
Who was a
he
nut
crazy.
job.
Bam!
And he was great. He was awesome. And the Iron Chef's fucking awesome. Obviously, the Iron Chef's a Japanese show, but worldwide it became popular when it started playing in the United States.
In the United States, right?
And so that's articles bullshit from the beginning. Like, the Food Network's heritage is actually like people that were
Hell's
off
Kitchen.
the beaten path. They weren't like the Frugal Gourmet or Julia Child. They were like, they were like people that had personality and were loud. Now, there's always a guy like Ming Tsai, East Meets West, which was a great show that was a little more calm.
Yeah.
But or Bobby Flay, who's kind of like in the middle somewhere.
Sure.
Although Bobby Flay went to Japan, was on Iron Chef, stood on the cutting board to celebrate his victory and offended everyone. I don't know if you guys remember that. It was a big thing.
I don't remember that.
But these shows, there's always been people like Guy Fieri, guys that were out of the box, that were doing their own kind of cooking show. And so to act like the Food Network was about,
It was highfalutin entertainment.
What's this writer's name?
Sorry, go back to that. This is Farsh
Farsh.
Ashkari.
Ashkari. So Mr. Ashkari.
Ashkari.
I'm from Long Island. I know what the Hamptons are. Okay? Many of and I'm very familiar with the Food Network. Very few of those kitchens look like they're Hamptons kitchens and are treated like they're Hamptons kitchens. I really have no idea what that means. You know what I mean? Like, because to me, it was a lot of down-to-earth kind of people early in the Food Network's life in the late 90s and early 2000s that were doing really cool shit. So I take offense to that. Guy Fieri's just a natural evolution of what Food Network's always been doing.
And this is where it gets down to why I'm a kid.
Okay, well, look, I was gonna say, my mental image of the Food Network is like Martha Stewart, like living kind of thing. That's just my.
That's fine. I'm allowed to be wrong and not watch the program.
Mine's the,
yeah, that's true.
You
I
know
don't watch.
very well.
I don't watch the Food Network,
Colin.
but that's my impression.
who was the woman that cooked in the Food Network? I think she was Italian. Had an
Rachel
Italian
Ray.
last name. Was it Rachel Ray? No.
No, I know
Oh,
who
Barefoot Contessa or whatever you're talking about?
No, he's talking about
No,
the
it was such ends with a G.
shoulder length hair.
Like the younger chick.
Yeah, super.
Oh,
Ina Gard, INAGART.
Yeah, I know.
It actually is her.
I
Yeah,
can
yeah,
see
it's
her
her.
face.
Yeah.
She's really pretty.
So pretty.
Yeah.
That's all. There was
This
no
is where
point.
this is where probably
Thanks.
why at a core until I saw it had to be till this person spelled this out as an insult that I connect probably so much with Guy Fieri. Let's break this down. One of my biggest pet peeves is the way local news reporters talk. They deliver news to viewers like we're all 5-year-olds, with their excessive use of alliteration and disproportionate pauses between words. Guy Fieri has adopted that local news reporter intonation and cadence, except Guy is also shouting for some reason. He is incessantly screaming at us to eat concoctions such as beer-battered meatball sandwiches wrapped in a pizza and deep-fried in lard. What's for dessert? A sheet cake dipped in pancake batter, dunked in butter frosting, and sprinkled with Pop-Tarts. In short, Guy. Those aren't real things. In short,
that
Guy
sounds
Fieri,
great.
Guy's trying to kill us. While Michelle Obama campaigns for Americans to make their healthier food choices, the Food Network relentlessly promotes Guy Fieri, a guy who wants us to combust via consumption of highly processed inedibles. Yet, despite being a grown man with a penchant for Billabong clothing, Guy shouldn't incur all the blame. The real fault should be assigned to the people who gave this madman a platform and from which for him to spout his nutso rants.
Okay, so a majority of that entire, session that you just did there, you could just as easily like substitute Guy Fieri's name with Greg Miller.
Exactly. Yeah, 100%. That's a big problem with it. And and that's
that's
probably why I'm so ramped up about it. Is that I'm used to people on the internet yelling at me, calling me fat and stupid and loud, and that's fine, right? And I don't care. You know what I mean? Obviously, I'm doing what I love. There's people who consume what I love, and that's what got me mad here. Obviously, is that this person doesn't love Guy, wants to take him down in a op-ed as if this is based on facts, other than and the fact that she's talking about. He. Talking about the fact of it's the people who gave. Then she starts going after Food Network for giving him this thing, and it's like ignoring the fact that the viewers gave him the platform. The viewers are there connecting with his content, enjoying his stuff. Just because you don't like it and you miss your sunlit Hamptons designer kitchen, which by the way, there are still a plethora of Food Network shows that look like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, fuck you for not liking what other people like. You know what I mean? Calm down.
I feel like sometimes on this show.
show?
Around this table, yes, we generalize, but it's usually for humor's sake, right? And I feel like the danger in generalizing is that you really are you're going to come off a little narrow-minded. How many hours a day is Guy Fieri on the Food Network?
Both things they talk about a lot, but and it is a lot, I guess. I don't know. There's D&D.
There's probably,
And he does like the new supermarket sweep.
So maybe he's got like maybe he's got 3 shows and they're in syndication and they probably replay them because I can't imagine the Food Network has 24 hours of programming, right? But at the same time, what does that even matter anymore? Like, you DVR all your shows anyway. Why do you even need to see Guy Fieri anymore? I don't even know what's on a normal network anymore.
Yeah.
I don't even know what comes before or after The Walking Dead. I just DVR The Walking Dead, and then I watch it on a Sunday when I'm with my wife and she wants to watch it, right? Yeah. Or, like this, I don't know how long ago this article was written. I can't imagine it was, I hope
August.
So that just represents such an interesting, you're clearly just angry, and you're not using any sort of logic or real, like, or reality to hone in on what's making you angry. You've sort of pinpointed this one person and said, he is the reason why he is destroying a network. That is a physical impossibility to have happen in reality. Just don't
Not to
watch
mention,
it.
again, people enjoy the content. That's why he's on so much. People are giving, the viewers are speaking. The majority is speaking, you imagine. And then number 2, the fact that, like, I mean, love or hate Triple D and the crazy concoctions they see, which aren't as bad as, like, Man vs. Food when he'd go and eat, like, something crazy like they just listed.
Another great show, though.
Exactly. Is a good point that, like, again, it's local businesses they're supporting, right? Like, we talk about all these local things. Well, why not have this guy show up and tell you why? It's always something weird. Like, this gas station serves the best empanadas or weird. You know what I mean? Like, cool stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'm sick of people yelling at Guy Fieri.
By the way,
It's time for somebody to stand up, and it's me in the GameOverGreggy show. Leave Guy Fieri alone. Guy's not hurting anybody. He's making people happy.
The internet is not going to leave him alone. I just looked up, I Google searched him, and apparently all his memes are very angry memes about him.
Yeah, but see that I'm
All of
used
them
to.
are.
The internet is welcome to yell in a vacuum as if anyone cares about the meme you put up on Reddit that got 13 upvotes. No, that's great. You're totally allowed. It's when you're writing for a site. You're writing for a site, and you're writing. Well, I love Reddit. I'm not saying. Don't get me wrong.
No, that's not against Reddit. That's against the punk ass kids.
Right.
Yeah, no. I mean, there's a million memes about me and Lair and all these other things. Yeah, go knock your socks off. I hope it makes you happy. But I'm talking about these people who are writing for publications and are like, oh, we can totally kick the shit out of Guy Fieri now, right? Like, when Colin and I reviewed video games and we didn't like video games, we talked about why we didn't like the video games. We didn't pull in the developer and be like, Lair sucks and Factor 5's worse and they don't know what they're doing and I hate them and this guy who made it, what are you doing?
I guess that's what I'm saying here is like maybe I need to go back and read the rest of the article because granted we are judging this on a very superficial level. We've only read the first 2 paragraphs. There might be citable events where he is actually showing that there has been a degradation in the channel since Guy Fieri has been on it. I doubt it. I don't know if that person is actually.
But this is again, it's all so subjective.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, there's a degradation
I'm saying
in the channel
if you're like,
in your view. In terms of viewers, it's up. You'd imagine it's up.
If you were going like at it from an investigative journalism standpoint, and you said to yourself, "I have talked to people,
food journalists I keep hearing about.
I have interviewed execs at the network. Guy Fieri is a ball buster, and he single-handedly had either fired or like is pushing out everyone, and he's trying to control this network, and literally like in a Donald Trump-esque sort of power play, he's killing the USFL."
Awesome 30 for 30.
Great 30 for 30, right? Just so that he can own a major network team or a major NFL team. If he's doing that, I would be like, wow, Guy Fieri is an asshole. This guy's really pinpointed a person who is just a sadistic bastard who's trying to take down a network for his own gain. I doubt that is the detail this person has gone to prove it. I think more often than not,
it's a rant.
100%.
It's a rant published as if it's an editorial or an op-ed.
That's like Tim. I do that with Tim sometimes. Where I'm like, this thing is stupid, and here's why. And Tim's like, you have no basis for that opinion.
He's like, you're stupid.
You are just saying it's stupid because you're mad at something else, and this is just where you're choosing to take your anger out.
Yeah, like Spectacular Spider-Man.
This is like
which is the best Spider-Man show.
I'm not saying it's a bad Spider-Man show. I just think it's not as good as Ultimate Spider-Man.
I was gonna say this is like your this is almost kind of like your Colin and Greg live earlier today, right? Whenever you guys were talking about the Australian ratings board,
right,
and how you were ranting about like you can't really dictate what people
art is
or what people consume. Yeah. You let the viewers decide it.
Yeah.
Sean Finnegan knows what art
and
is.
so what basically
you should talk to him about it sometime.
Well, basically what's boiling down to is that editorial is basically trying to dictate like you shouldn't watch that trash. It's basically what he's
right.
It's all boiling down to.
Very true.
We don't need that. We need
Shout
more.
out to Guy Fieri.
We need more.
Shout out to Guy Fieri.
We need more. Tim.
We love you, Guy Fieri. You're welcome on the show anytime, Guy Fieri. We film right here in San Francisco. Come join us.
I was gonna say we need more Tim and Nick. Just spreading the love.
No, don't need the party.
2016.
I'll tell you right now. If Guy Fieri manages to live to 2016, which I can't imagine he's not going to, with the way he eats, he is more than welcome to come speak when we are put in the White House as president and vice president.
What do they call that when you
you
put in the White House?
You
Seem
are
you're
elected at our inauguration.
There you
Thank
go.
you. I was gonna say our inaugural ball, but I'm like, no, that's a thing.
Who's
I
gonna?
can see
Who do you get to swear you in, Nick?
Cheetos.
Oh, yeah, Cheetos.
I don't
Yeah.
think that'll be legal. I think it'll be
Pretty sure Cheetos do.
We are now President Colin.
Who swears to
so
president?
we make the rules.
Who swears the president in? Is
Chief
it
Justice.
Chief Justice? Yeah. So it's Chief Justice.
Chief Justice Scalia.
Chief Justice. Yeah, Scalia
Roberts.
or
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
that's the Game Over Greggy show each week. Oh, come and lay down. It's
So tired.
Each and
So
every week,
tired.
4, sometimes 5 best friends gather around this table. Each bring a random topic of discussion for your amusement. If you like that, pick it up early over on patreon.com/kindafunny each and every Friday. If you don't have any money to give us, it's no big deal. It comes out free the next week. YouTube, it's day by day, topic by topic, until on Friday the entire show posts as one big video and one big MP3 on podcast services around the world. Lewis.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thanks,
Did
Lewis.
this
Thank
live
you.
up? Did this live up
Thank
to the
you.
hype? It was worth the trip. It was worth the money.
Yes, it was definitely worth it. I definitely recommend it to everyone who's out there watching who wants to do it. Just open a savings account and just put a little bit of your paycheck in there, and then let it build up over time
Damn, that's
and make your dreams come true.
that's some good chilling.
There you go.
Speaking of your dreams, this is your YouTube channel down here. Everyone should go check it out.
Oh, thank you.
It's been annotated. You do conversations like this. You ripped off our format.
Yes,
right?
I did.
Yeah,
Well,
that's cool.
see, yeah, my it's your format, but basically I'm the only one in every video, and all the other 3 are guests that are
Guests.
just perpetually being rotated.
And
in
for those
out.
of the people listening at home that can't see this amazing motion graphic title that I put, what's your YouTube channel again?
It's called Musing with Menchaca.
All right.
There you
Using
go.
with Menchaca. Cha, 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 cha.
So you guys want to give it a try at my Twitter handle?
What's your Twitter? No.
You don't. You want.
You say your Twitter handle.
I can say it, but
You say it.
I just want Greg to butcher it again like he
It's,
did on the Twitch stream.
Chakalaka.
There you go. Yeah,
I got it?
Chakalaka.
Okay,
Damn,
good.
you nailed it.
Chakalaka.
Nailed it. I'm finally there,
Chakalaka
ladies and
88.
gentlemen. Awesome.
There you go.
Chakalaka 88.
How do you spell it? CHACALA.
CA.
Hold on. Are you telling me that there are 87 other chocolakas?
No,
Don't-
88 is based
He's
off
got a
of.
P. Don't get him
You were-
excited.
No,
The
that's
year-
not the year you were born.
Yes, it was.
Oh, no, it was. Okay.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I was born in 88.
Holy shit! I'm 25 now.
Yeah.
I'm so old.
Oh my God!
This
Shut up.
Sucks.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Until next time, it's been our pleasure to serve you.
Well, I just want to give a quick shout out to all my best friends back home: Eric, David, Tony, and Edgar. There you go.
Shout out to Edgar.
Don't
I
forget-
like
and
you.
never
Edgar,
forget
Final
Edgar.
Fantasy 6.
Yes.
Edgar's the one that he's gonna be the one that saves your life
All right.
during the zombie apocalypse.
Yes.
Those
Okay.
first 2 people that you named, useless.
Yes, useless. We talked about the zombie apocalypse on my show. Okay.
I'm telling you right
But,
now, they're the ones that one of them's gonna die. He's gonna not be able to deal with it. He's gonna get high, and then the zombie horse is gonna take him right out. The other one's gonna stab you in the back, and he's gonna take your first gun that you find, the first M16 you find, or the carbine. He's taking it. Edgar.
Yeah.
Edgar's the homie.
Yeah.
All right. And then shout out to the people I work with that are very supportive of my decision to come here. I'm gonna give a quick shout out to Lupe. I can't remember his name. Zach.
Zach.
There you go. Jackie, Memory, and Christy. There you go.
Shout out to
Shout
Christy
out to
and
Christy.
Memory. I like
Memory.
that.
That's a memory. That's a cool name.
Okay. And so basically, it just like really shout out to all my family, friends and family. I can't really name my names.
Shout out
It's
to
just-
moms.
Shout out to mom and dad, especially my mom being supportive as well. But yeah.
Thank you for letting him do this.
And I just want to end it with the our little team chant that we have at my job whenever we're in our boardroom meetings, and then we're going over the numbers and hey, we are the #1 team in this or whatever and that. We do this team chant where we do like the beginning of the Queens, like the
JETS Jets. No, not that one.
no,
No,
that one.
that's the other
Where
one.
it's like we just do boom boom. Yeah, that's it. But just one. But just once.
Just once?
Oh, that's
once.
it. Oh, that's
Oh, wow.
dope. Wait,
Just
let me
once.
try it again.
All right, so-
on 4.
So this is for Christy's team here. Ready?
Yep.
There was no four. We needed
No,
numbers.
We got-
1 on 4.
One,
1,
two.
2, 3, 4.
Here we
Man.
go.
Yeah.
Nailed
There
it.
you go, Christy's team.
Got some good rhythm in there.
Thanks for watching it.
Watch my back, Edgar.